Very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Valley as the Addicts take on Shrewsbury Town in this League One encounter. And alongside me, not at the moment. He's been waylaid in the lounges. So yeah, as he was heading towards, I think the waft of food was far too strong for Stevie Brown. So he'll be joining us very shortly. Just a little bit late. He's got stuff to do in the ex-players Association, I'm sure, but or as always alongside me, but normally quite quiet at this point of the game, is Greg Stavely. Morning, Greg. How are you? Well, afternoon, rather.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. We've had a good old fun afternoon, haven't we? It's been a lot of laughs and yeah, it's
surreal.
It's been a good afternoon. So hopefully that could be matched with the football. Certainly Tuesday's night result left a lot of Charlton fans, myself included, very happy, and now hopefully coming back to the Valley, especially for you, Tel. He's done a lot of miles the last 10 days. But it's actually quite a nice feeling coming back here, 2 back-to-back home games and a women's game tomorrow as well. So quite a busy period for the pitch especially, but hopefully it's a period where certainly from the men's point of view we can get 2 wins and hopefully women can win it tomorrow as well, but we can get those 2 wins to really drive up the table, because every time we go on a little run and you look in, you're going, oh, we're only 4 points off playoffs or only 3 points off, or getting that run is so crucial. And I feel us compared to some of those teams outside the playoffs, where I think Rotherham actually are one of those teams who have started to hit that form, started to hit that consistency, and they're the ones that tend to do well. Oxford last year finished 6th in the playoffs, Cook went up through that process. So it is there for grabs, and hopefully Charlton are the team that can hit that run of form to secure one of the final spots.
Yeah, it's good to be home. I've got to say that I actually didn't realise it was one of those. We were at the press conference and Nathan Jones was just explaining about the 3 long away trips. I felt all right until then, and as soon as he recounted just about the long trips, I think my body started to realise, oh yeah, I'm a little bit.
You're missing Blackpool.
I'm a little bit. Yes, I am.
You're getting a day off.
I have a very good excuse
respect.
for that, by the way.
Yes.
Not just working or ill. No, and I'll be thinking of you. No 2 ways about it. But focus it. Well, actually, one thing I want to talk about. We are going to lead into a highlights package here. That Tuesday's victory, the goal, albeit slightly fortuitous leak as it came off what looked like the backside of a Bolton defender, but it was scored by Karoy Anderson. I actually thought, as well as changing the shape, the momentum of the game changed when Karoy came on at Bolton on Tuesday night. And of course, he's one of our academy products, and the under-21s currently, as the under-18s were before them, and it's almost the same group coming through, or quite a few of the under-18s group coming and now joining with the 21s, and we're on a fine run of form in the under-21s as we are, or as we have been in the first team. And I think whenever there's obviously talk of transfer windows and everything else, Nathan Jones was at pains to say that we want to develop our own players, and I think the under-21s and the results they're having under Chris Lock is testament to that. We know how good our academy is, and the under-21s are on fire. And before we talk about them, let's just have while we talk about them, we'll have a look at the highlights from the victory over Cardiff recently.
Yeah, it's certainly a performance that Charlton can be proud of with the academy. And I think the 3-0 winner against Leeds as well was incredibly impressive.
Absolutely,
so again, I mean, you've seen a lot more academy football than I have, and I actually, I'm watching these highlights as we speak for the first time, but I mean, the form and the confidence shown by these young lads is certainly a testament to the work that people like Chris Lock and Chris Solly now are involved with, and at a slightly lower level, Jason Pearce, but certainly an academy that is blessed with talent, blessed with different kinds of talent as well. Usually at under 21 or 18 levels that we have, you have players that are standouts. The player you go, yeah, he's far too good for this, and he'll eventually have a career, or but we've been blessed with academy graduates down the years who've maybe gone under the radar a little bit and then progressed out of nowhere. But you can see the kind of confidence in the team, the amount of goals and the areas of goals. King Dixon scoring again is good to see. He's starting to get a little bit fitter as well, and I know a lot of Charlton fans are excited to try and see him in the first team, but I think Charlton have managed him well so far. I think there's been opportunities he may be a bit unlucky not to get at least on the bench and just be a bit of a wild card for us, but he's certainly a player that looks like he's getting better and better. I like Enslin as well. When we've seen him play, he's been good. But see from these highlights, we're creating a lot of chances, and it'd just be so exciting to play in an academy group who gives you opportunities in the first team and gives you those moments in the under-21s as well.
I think specifically with Kahim, I thought it's a little bit of a shame that we brought him in just a little bit too late for the Football League trophy, you know, the Virtue Trophy, because I think if he'd have been here at the beginning of that, it would have been an ideal opportunity to get some senior football minutes under his belt. But I mean, he certainly scored some goals and scored some worldies as well. By the way, there's another goal of the month contender from the Leeds game. I think it was Leeds or Birmingham.
I just watched one there, Till, from I think it was Ryan Hugh. With the goal, is a brilliant bicycle kick. But yeah, the standard of goals that we're seeing at the moment are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that's a wonderful. I was going to say wonderful finish.
Casey
took a block, but
Casey, Enslin, Hugh, Kedwell. I mean, we've got. You could probably list them all. Actually, I remember saying this when I watched the 18s over the last 2 seasons. And I happened to mention it to obviously Pierce, Jason Pierce, who's in charge. That you know, this is probably as good a crop of youngsters coming through, I think, as I've seen at the club for a good long time. And I think the under-21 sides now are reaping the benefit of that, because I mean, Enslin's played, Kai Enslin's played in the first team. We've obviously seen a number of those players in the 21s now that have featured at one time or another. So, you know, the future, but now it's not an exact science. You know, I've seen players come through the under-20, 18s and 21s that you think are nailed on to make it, and it just doesn't quite happen for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But I think when you've got a crop as good as that we've got, the chances are much better.
Yeah, well, that was my point earlier, really, is that, I mean, I've been blessed in doing the role that I've been doing for the club the last 10 years, that one of my favourite things about doing this role is when you see a player at a younger age in an academy group, or maybe get an opportunity in a competition such as the Virtue Trophy, who then go into the first team and become a first team regular. And we've seen it with Daniel Carnu, Miles Lieben and Corey Anderson out of the current group, and Zach Mitchell as well. But you know, when I first started doing this, it was players like Ezri Konsa and Joe Gomez and Alfie Doughty, players like that. And you always had like a Joe, you always had like an Ezri, but there were players like Alfie Doughty who you didn't really see, to be honest. You thought he was quite a good player, he's quite lively, left-footed. And then they'd get opportunities in your first team, and you go, yeah, I don't think he'll last long. Like, he's a good talent, but, you know, I think he'll probably be non-league. And then go on to have a brilliant career. And that's the work of this academy. They get, if there's an ounce of potential, they will maximise it to its limit. They will make sure that that player will continue to work hard. And that's why I never write off a young player who'll come in our first team. He might not look ready. Carlin Grant, when he first came in, wasn't ready at all. He's had a great career playing in the Championship still. So if they don't quite make it here, they'll go off, and Charlie Barker went off to non-league. He's now playing in League One again. You know, this is what this academy does, and you know, it's almost, in a way, it's almost Groundhog Day the way we praise them, but it's true. Like they continue to impress and help. And I know a lot of people will say, well, you know, we almost utilise our academy players more because we see potential in potentially selling them and making profits. But we're a League One football club. It's a league where young players are going to get more minutes. You can't spend millions of pounds on talent. If there's a good talent in League Two, then likely it is Championship clubs will want him. If there's a good talent in League One, Championship clubs will definitely want him. So you have to bring up your own players, and you have to trust them. And you know, if we hadn't trusted Miles Lieben a couple of years ago, would he be within our squad now? Maybe not. Kuroi is a player who's had moments of greatness for us, and had moments where he's been poor and hasn't quite been the player that we know he can be. It is going to happen, and I think him still being in and around our squad is a good thing. So he's a player that could go on and have a fantastic career, and everyone will forget that he was actually a bit, you know, at the start of his career was a bit inconsistent. That's part of being a young player.
Absolutely that, and hopefully we'll continue to reap the benefit and see the benefit, not just this season but in seasons to come. Now we've got to reflect back on Tuesday night, which you know, let's face it, for an hour or so, and we'll have a quick look at the highlights as well as we discuss this. For an hour or so, it was, we were talking off air actually, Greg and I were about it. It was a little frustrating. It was an hour in, and it was, yes, Ashley had made a couple of saves and kept Bolton at bay, and they had a very sort of good period in that hour that had us on the back foot. But until they scored, it was almost like it was going to be a frustrating game for both sides, and both sides were clearly nervous as well. And then Bolton scored, and we thought, oh, here we go, how are we going to react to that? And Nathan Jones it was who then changed things around, changed the shape a little bit, brought Corey Anderson on, And in my personal opinion, it sort of started the momentum shift. And then, of course, when he brought on Romani and Chooks and Matty Godden, then the shift was complete. And we, as soon as Lloyd Jones got that equaliser, I felt we were going to go on and win it, and we did. The Caroy Anderson deflected shot apart, of course.
I agree. I think going into Tuesday, I thought we'd start quicker, being honest. I thought after Saturday, I thought Nathan Jones did the right thing in actually naming an unchanged team, because it was a team that served him well, had been in good form, and just had a real lapse of concentration for the first 30 minutes against Rotherham, and then ultimately the rest of the game. And I felt like that team had a bit of character about them to react and get a result on Tuesday. So I was a little bit disappointed watching from home that the first half we didn't really come out and attack and really pressurise Bolton, who had a disappointing result against Cambridge at the weekend. The manager was under pressure. They were missing first-team starters. They've lost a couple of players in January. And I really felt like there was a game there for the taking. So first half, I remember at half-time thinking it's a missed opportunity for us. And that first goal was going to be crucial. When Bolton scored it, I feared the worst, because I thought, well, we've got to get back in this game. And at that moment in time, we hadn't really laid a glove on Bolton sufficiently enough, in my opinion. But the changes made such a difference. And Nathan Jones deserves credit, because he changed the system, brought on Caroy to add that little bit of energy and a bit more dynamism in midfield. Initially had Thierry Small at left back and Josh Edwards right back. It wasn't working, so made that change of bringing on Edmonds Green for a bit of balance, and the changes of Chooks Aneke and Matty Godden. And Chooks just was a nuisance. He didn't really get involved in terms of creating chances or having his shots, but he was just a nuisance. He took two players out of the game essentially, and Matty was busy. He was making a lot of good runs off the ball, and again wasn't really involved in terms of creating chances, but those two were helping to build pressure, and eventually that pressure started to get to Bolton, and all it took was a bit of class, and that for me was Macaulay Gillespie's wonderful cross, left-footed cross into Lloyd Jones, who is a fantastic finish as well from a centre half. And all of a sudden the game switched. It was a case of, right, they're there for the taking now. You could hear, watching the stream, the Bolton fans getting annoyed and frustrated, and that was the opportunity that Charlton had to take, and they did. And yeah, it was luck, but how many times this season have we been on top and not got a result? So I think overall a draw probably would have been the fair result, but I think Charlton should deserve massive credit, especially Nathan Jones, for making that change, and the players who came on and ultimately got those 3 points for Charlton.
Absolutely. I mean, Caroy, and people were saying about it was a huge deflection. The ball was probably not going anywhere near the goal at the point of impact, but he'd made his luck. The positioning, the touch to bring it down, and then the physicality to nudge the man out of the way so as he could have the room to take the shot in the first place were all exquisite. The last bit maybe rushed a touch, but he actually made decent contact on it. Otherwise, it would never have had the force to go beyond the keeper. And I just felt, as soon as we equalised, even before that I said about the momentum shift, but as soon as we equalised, they were really rattled. I mean, Chooks came on and absolutely rattled, is it Schoen at their left back, who was looking to try and kick him up in the air at every possible opportunity, and that took his mind away from the job he was supposed to be doing. And you had obviously that Matete at the end when he did the stamp on Thierry, and he subsequently got a retrospective 3-game ban for it. It just showed that they were completely rattled as soon as that equaliser went in, and after that I felt there was no other winner in that game other than us. One player, I mean, we talk about the character and we talk about players reacting to that disappointment at Rotherham. One of those in particular, and I spoke to Lloyd Jones after the game, prior to his official, or just after his official interview, which we'll see shortly, and he was made up. He was really disappointed in his own performance against Rotherham, and so it was fitting, I think, that he showed the same character and showed that character to get the equaliser and play the sort of way we expect Lloyd Jones to play. And here's what he had to say immediately after that victory.
Only one place to start, movement and a finish like a centre forward, not a centre back. Talk us through that goal.
Yeah, I had too much time, to be honest. I didn't know what I was going to do, side foot it in, but I'm just thankful it went to the back of the net, and yeah, it was a good feeling. I feel like I owed that after the performance on the weekend.
You mentioned it there. I know you and the boys really wanted to deliver a response after Saturday, and all over the pitch, the 11 that started, the subs that came on, those that weren't involved, really did issue that response. Yeah,
definitely. You know, it wasn't good enough Saturday from myself, and I felt like I let the staff down, my team down, and the fans down. So it was I wanted to put it right today, and yeah, I'm thankful we did.
There are no hiding places in this stadium. We had to see out some really tricky spells in the first half. How important was it to go in 0-0 at half-time?
Yeah, it's actually a really tough place to come. They're not a bad side. They keep possession of the ball really well. But to go in 0-0, we've always got a chance, especially with the lads coming on. Thought Chucks, Croy, Godders, everyone who come on made an impact today, and that's important if we want to do something this season.
I know you would be disappointed to have conceded a goal, but the reaction to dig deep and respond in the way we did is signs of the character and how much that's strengthening week on week.
Definitely. This group's really together. We're really behind what we want to do this season, really behind the manager. And, it takes a lot of character, especially after the weekend, and then to go down today, but to come back and especially win it was massive.
We see you make, fantastic headers, blocks and so on. But I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the work you sometimes have to do off of the ball when we have possession and when we don't, either central of a 3 or in a 4. That responsibility falls on you a lot. So you have to be concentrating all the time. How do you find that?
Yeah, it can be hard sometimes. I'll be honest, I'm blowing a little bit. But yeah, sometimes it doesn't feel comfortable, but we want to be a front-footed, aggressive team. And I think we've done that today. Like I said, against a really good side in possession. But yeah, we were front-footed and aggressive.
Sometimes you have to do that, don't you? You have to know when to be able to soak up the pressure and then issue those counter-attacks, those knockout blows like we did today in front of the away fans as well, which was an extra special moment to see both you and Croy score in front of them.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was a good day. But we know we've got pace up front. We've got obviously Miles, TC, and then you've got physicality of Chucks and Godders to come on. And I pride myself on clean sheets, and we've kept a fair few. I know we didn't keep one today, but we've kept a fair few this season, and we know we've always got a chance if we stay in the game.
So there we are. That was Lloyd Jones talking after the victory up at Bolton, and I think every Charlton fan was pleased for Lloyd. I think everybody understood that like pretty much every single other player on Saturday, had a bad day at the office, and felt for him, and you can just see how much it meant to him to get that goal and get the win.
Yeah, and look, Lloyd deserves massive credit, and I will openly say this now. At the start of the season, I thought he'd be a squad player for us. And last season, I thought he had really good moments and had poor moments. He was in and out of the side and was part of the worst defence we've had in recent memory. And I thought it was an area we needed to completely restructure. I thought we needed probably 3 new centre-halves and completely redo it. When Lloyd got made vice-captain, and I was actually a bit like, OK, that might be an area we'll want to improve, because not discrediting him as a player, but more of the point of, I think they probably, at that moment in time, thought there was better out there. What I completely underestimated was how good of a season he was going to have. He's been brilliant. He's led as an example at the back. He's communicated really well. Players around him play a lot better when he plays. He's a lovely man. He's a really nice guy. He cares. He made a mistake last season against Blackpool, and we spoke to him afterwards, and he was absolutely gutted. And he said, "I've never played this bad in my career." And he was devastated by it, and that impressed me, because it was self-reflection. It wasn't self-pity. Some players would just go, "Oh yeah, I've been playing badly, oh well." He was actually upset about it. That's what you want when players make mistakes. They know they've made mistakes. And that's what happened Saturday. And I had that thought about the Blackpool game last season in my head. I thought, what Lloyd Jones will turn up now? Will we see a confident Lloyd Jones who thinks, no, I've had a good season, I'm going to be good? Or will we see a Lloyd Jones that might start making mistakes that he doesn't want to make? And I'm so glad he was able to score. It's a great goal, and he's been fantastic for us, arguably one of our players of the season. And as I said, he's a really, really nice guy, and hopefully he stays. And credit to Nathan Jones as well for the work he's done with Lloyd and that defence and the coaching staff, because our defence has been better this season. And that's what was so shocking about the Rotherham performance, was we were making mistakes that we haven't made at all. And if I'm honest, the start of the Bolton game was a little shaky as well. Some of the individual areas, passing and decision-making we were making. So, Tuesday night was a massive result, but also for Lloyd to get that confidence and get the goal was great as well.
And I think everybody echoes that, Greg. And somebody else I want to talk about is another player that, since he's come back in the side, albeit in the wrong position for him, is Thierry Small. I think there's also his reintroduction into the lineup, albeit on the right-hand side, has coincided with our upturn in form, and I think he deserves a lot of credit. And I was lucky enough to sit down with Thierry Small in the week, and here's what he had to say. Firstly, I can talk about recent events, if I may. Naturally, obviously, you're a left back, but you've been asked and given a role to play on the right side, which has gone hand in hand with an upturn in form for the club. You must be delighted with your own form, and of course, what's happened since you've come back inside.
Yeah, no, 100%. I've been in a bit of good form at the minute. It's really positive. You know, just as I said, just trying to take in the opportunity to get on the pitch, because when I play for Charlton, it's to give my all for this team. So, you know, that I'm delighted that I'm in some good form and just got to keep it up, because, as I said, the club, we've got a project and all of us are on the same page. We want this club to be going forward. So, as I said, I could be playing anywhere on the pitch. I'm going to try my best to help this club succeed.
The result on Tuesday night away to Bolton, the reaction of the players towards the fans and everybody, just the reaction generally, was one of euphoria. How good a place is it then compared to how bad it might have been after Rotherham? Yeah,
you know, obviously we're not hiding away from the game against Rotherham. It wasn't good enough for our standards, so we had to put it right. You know, obviously a lot of people won't see the sacrifices that we have to make in terms of things. We were staying in a hotel for a few days and we knew what we needed to do. So that's why you could see from our, you know, celebrations that we were just really passionate, because we wanted to put Saturday right, but also we sacrificed a lot to try and get that result. So, you know, we were very happy, and, you know, credit to the lads.
Going back a bit further, if I may, briefly, born in West Midlands, of course, joined West Brom at 7, I think it was, and then you went on your travels a bit. I think 11 at Everton, Southampton at 17, and then loan moves to Port Vale and then up to Scotland. It's a lot of travelling to do in a short space of time for 12 years for a young man. How do you find that?
Yeah, no, it has. It's been. Even though I'm very young in age, I've had a lot of experience in terms of living in different places and grasp different cultures in different areas. So, you know, it's good. It's good for, as I said, building myself as a man and developing my character. You know, because it's not easy living away by yourself at a young age. But as I said to you before, we have to, as footballers, we have to make sacrifices, and if you want to achieve anything, you have to do sometimes what's uncomfortable. So, you know, it's not been easy living away from home, but it's been worth it.
Well, you're almost a year now at Charlton, and you've had the most appearances with us than anywhere else that you've been. How would you assess your year at Charlton?
I really enjoy it. You know, I think I said it in previous interviews before. It's a really sense of like a family club, and you know, it's been probably one of my best spells at a club, 100%. And just we can't wait for what the future holds.
I said about cramming in a lot, and I think a lot of fans probably forget with your performances on the pitch that you are just 20 years old. I mean, do you sometimes think back, and you said about being feeling a bit older than you probably are? Do you look back and think, wow, at the period you've had up to now?
Yeah, you know, I've crammed in a lot of experience in first team football in terms of just like having to just dig deep, keep fighting, and try and fight for my place to stay in the team. And you know, in anything in life, what comes hard what good comes in life is hard. You know what I mean? So it's good. And all the experiences that I've took, it's just to build me on the pitch as well, because I can take that maturity onto the pitch. And as I said, try my best.
I mentioned about your good form. Scored on your debut for us against Bolton. You've come close at times since then. Not so close at others, perhaps. But are you keen to add goals to your game?
Yeah, I am. To be honest, every training session I'm working on my end product and just trying to improve on that. Because as I said, I want to start adding to my stats and try and get more goals and more assists and just more goal contributions. As you know, obviously with the position changing a little bit, I'm required to attack more and try and create a lot more. So it's important for me now to help the team in getting better chances and raising my stats.
When you do this travelling, especially with Charlton, we've just come through 3 long away trips. Is that easier for the family to come and see you, or is it? Do they come and see you regularly? Are they able to?
Yeah, they come most games, to be fair, home and away. So I've got a good support system with my family. So yeah, I do see them quite often because they do make the effort to come and see me.
So there we are. That was Thierry Small talking in the week to myself at the training ground, and I'm delighted, before we just talk about it briefly, to welcome up into the gantry, and Mr. Steve Brown, legend and general. I don't know, what are you now, Jim? Oh no, I said I'd stop talking to you about that, so I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But suffice to say that Steve Brown's Volavon intake has just about quadrupled in the last 20 minutes. But he's with us now, and delighted to have him here. As the teams come out on the pitch, I was going to talk to you about Thierry Small, but we can do that as we go through after this, because I will read you out the sides in a second. Just have to say that watching Steve Brown and Greg Stubbly try and organise themselves and plug stuff in is one of the highlights of any afternoon's commentary.
It was a pickle, I have to say. And when you're in a rush, you've got to really control yourself, and we didn't particularly do that well.
I'll tell you what, if you want any DIY jobs done, don't come up here for any assistance, whatever you do. Right, as the two sides go across the halfway line, I'll read you them out. Starting with our visitors, Shrewsbury Town. In goal for them, number 31, Jamal Blackman. 2, Luca Hall. 3, Mal Benning. 5, Morgan Feeney. 6, Josh Feeney. 9, George Lloyd. 12, Afonso Ojo. 17, Alex Gilead. 19, Leo Castledine. 22, Toto Nsiala. And 27, John Marquis, the captain. Your Charlton for Shrewsbury are Toby Sevin, Harrison Biggins, Taylor Perry, Dominic Gape, George Nurse, Callum Stewart and Jordan Shipley. Your Charlton side will line up within goal number 21, Ashley Maynard Brewer. 3, Macaulay Gillespie. 4, Alex Mitchell. 5, Lloyd Jones. 6, Connor Coventry. 7, Therese Campbell. 8, Luke Berry. 10, the captain, Greg Doherty. 11, Miles Leeburn. 16, Josh Edwards. And 26, Thierry Small. Subs for Charlton, Will Mannion, Kane Ramsey, Karoy Anderson, Chuk Saniki, Romani Evans-Green, Matty Godden and Daniel Canu. Referee for this afternoon is Scott Tallis. He's going to be assisted by Callum Goff and Mark Wilson, and your fourth official is Scott Simpson. Two things to scream out from that lineup, Brownie. One is that we're unchanged again in the starting lineup, but secondly, the fact that Kane Ramsey's back on the bench.
Yeah, good to see. And he's had a long spell out, so I think it was sort of half a rumour he might get a start, but that's tough. Having spent a long time on sidelines myself, coming back, you're full of adrenaline for the first game or two, but then it hits you hard. So it was deemed probably from the sports science department not going to make it past sort of 60, 65 minutes, so we might see him come on a bit later on. But yeah, I actually thought we might see 1 or 2 changes today. But, I've said this before, some managers are very superstitious when their team's winning, and they don't like to change the winning side. But I just felt with the games we've had, the travelling we've had, we might have seen 1 or 2 changes today. But, manager's prerogative, he knows exactly what they're like on the training field, he sees them every day.
Is it also a case of who we're up against, and maybe the side that starts pretty much every game is suited more, in Nathan Jones' eyes at least, suited to the opposition we're up against?
Possibly, potentially. But what I would say is that, in terms of, I just factored in the travelling we've had over the last sort of 10 days. That was my theory behind it. But that's what I'm saying. There are so many factors into picking a side, one with one. And Nathan might feel that they deserve to start again. I just felt we looked, up to 60 minutes, we looked a little bit fatigued, and I just thought there might be 1 or 2 changes. But look, he's given them the shirt again because we've lost 1 in 7, or 1 in 8, or whatever it may be. And you can't argue on one hand stability, consistency, and then go, we look a bit tired and fatigued, let's change it. So it's difficult.
We know firsthand how tough these road trips are. I mean, you look up in the commentary gantry, and there's me and Steve Brownie looking haggard, having done the miles. Greg Stubbly looking as fresh as a daisy alongside me, and I'll be handing over to him after about 20 plus minutes. As always, just a reminder, if you purchased a match streaming pass for today, you can purchase an annual pass for £230, which gives you coverage of every single league game. As Luke Berry gets us underway here at the Valley, and Charlton attacking the Jimmy Seed stand in the first half. Leeburn up with the early challenge. Shrewsbury clear that away. Comes off of Alex Mitchell. It'll be a Shrewsbury throw. We're all in white with a sort of orange trim down the inside of the shirt. Charlton, of course, in traditional red shirts, white shorts, red and white socks. And it's on the left-hand side. Mal Benning with the early throw for Shrewsbury Town. Down the line it goes. Lloyd Jones comes to meet it, heads it clear up to Therese Campbell. Tries to hold it up. Berry gets a foot in, can't find Leeburn. And it's cleared away forward by Nsiala. Up to the left-hand side. And Marquis lets the ball run to Banning, who tries to knock it past the left-hand side. For Shrewsbury, right-hand side of Charlton. Thierry Small just guides that out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Charlton. Decent crowd in here at the Valley. The weather is surprisingly sunny, and after the rainfall we've had over the last few days, pitch looks okay. We know we've got troubles with it, but there's a downpour expected tomorrow while the women are playing, and so I do worry a little bit what it's going to be like Tuesday night. But let's deal with today first, as Ciala gets the header from the goal kick. Gillespie heads it forward again towards Lieben. Again, and Ciala just there first, but Doherty steps in, guides it to Small, who again sends it towards Lieben. And Ciala and Lieben look like they're going to have a real tussle this afternoon. It's dropped the way of Marcus, and then Ojo sends it forward, asking Lloyd to chase it into the left-hand corner, and he gets there. It's a foot in from Gillespie, and actually does really well to defend that and clears it away upfield. He got his foot in. Got slightly fortunate maybe with the deflection of the ball, but he clears it away. It'll be a Shrewsbury throw just in front of the Shrewsbury dugouts. This time, Albania's left throw-in duties. And it's going to be Feeney to send it down the line. Lloyd Jones wins it. Again, and Ciala there first, but he heads it straight to Doherty, who spots the runner. Campbell ahead of him. Oh, he's just put too much on that, and it allows Blackman to come out of his penalty area to clear it away. Gillespie will meet the dropping ball with his head. Edwards tussling for it, but will run the way of Gilead. Now infield to Castledine. That's another good foot in, this time from Coventry, and Berry guides it right to Mitchell. Coventry coming for it short. We'll get it off Gillespie in the end. Bring it forward out to the right-hand side is Mitchell. Back and inside to Jones. Doherty shows, gives it back to Jones, and then forward up to Campbell. Turns his man well, Therese Campbell, and he's on a run into the Shrewsbury half. Avoids one challenge, finds Berry inside of him. Berry with Small on the outside of him. Right corner of the penalty area. Oh, just let it go under his foot. So the momentum's dropped a little bit, but now Small gets it into the box. Can't clear the first man, headed away. And then Marquis guides it into the path of Ojo, but he gives it straight to Coventry, and there's a ball forward up to Doherty. It's tackled from behind by Ojo. Charlton had possession on the right-hand side, and Mayfield we should have played on, but the referee's given a free kick to Charlton, and it's about halfway inside the Shrewsbury half on the right-hand side. Quickly taken by Berry into Therese Campbell in the penalty area. Therese Campbell tries to go one way, then the other. His cross is blocked by Feeney. It'll be a Charlton corner.
Yeah, full of promising moments in this first 3.5 minutes. The opportunity just moments ago for Doherty with that ball through, and you were right, Tel, maybe just a fraction too much weight on it. Little less than Campbell had his 1v1, but we've had some bright moments in these early stages. I like that free kick being taken nice and quick. It's caught Shrewsbury unawares, and it's led to this corner. Thought Tyrese could have got the shot off a little quicker.
Gareth Ainsworth's not happy with the quick free kick that Charlton took. Obviously, a new manager here at Shrewsbury. And Charlton will have the corner. It's going to be Gillespie to swing it in from the right-hand side. He does so. It's a deep one, looking for Lloyd Jones, who gets something on it, but he can't direct it to Mitchell. It's cleared away by Feeney.
Lloyd Jones is just having a little word with the referee, because I don't think you can defend like that. I don't think you can just put your arms out wide and just stop somebody from actually attacking the ball. So I quite like the fact that Lloyd's gone up to the referee and highlighted that. He can have a look at that next time. He might not have had his eyes on it, but at least it makes him aware of the situation. He might avert his eyes to that situation earlier next time.
Edwards does a throw, parallel to the penalty area. Throws it inside to Doherty, gets it back Edwards. Pressured, so it goes back and inside to Mitchell. Coventry rather. Coventry now sends it forward, looking for Lee Byrne, but it goes over his head and away for a goal kick.
Yeah.
Slight waste of the I guess they're trying to just trying to mix it up and don't let Shrewsbury Town think that every ball's just going to be launched in. And so you've got to applaud him for that, but the execution of that not quite what Nathan Jones would have expected, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think he was looking for Lee Byrne, but with Jones coming around the back of that, should that situation arise where they cancel each other out or it goes a bit too long, and Lloyd Jones has just held a position a bit deep.
Blackman with the goal kick, sends it down the Charlton right. Small headers it infield, headed forward by Gilead, but picked up by Gillespie. And Edwards will find Therese Campbell in a bit of space as he attacks Feeney down the left-hand side. Little ball inside to the running Edwards. Little back heel into Campbell's path once more. He's got Doherty in support. Doherty looks up. Ball into the box, looking for Lee Byrne, but it's too far ahead of him. It's cleared away, only as far as Lloyd Jones in the centre circle. Out to the left-hand side is Gillespie. Trying to feed it into Campbell. It would have fizzed past him, I think, but Doherty has rescued that situation, and he's found Coventry. Berry tussling in midfield again with Ojo, who's putting himself about in these opening minutes. And as a result of that, Charlton just have to go backwards and to retain possession. It's with Lloyd Jones again. Lifts it forward, looking for the gun of Campbell. It's a good run, good find as well. Campbell, edge of the penalty area, looking to get it on his right foot. Finds Berry, looks like it was fouled, and the referee's giving it as well, just outside the penalty area, just to the left of the D.
Yeah. He started extremely well, Tyrese Campbell. He looks really lively. Do you know what I really like about these early stages? He's come short to feet and had a wonderful turn on the halfway line, and just there he's dropped his shoulder. He was looking to feet, recognised the defender was tight, spun him behind. He doesn't do that enough. He's done it very, very well in these early stages. Defenders now don't know what to do with him. Is he going short? Is he spinning behind? It's a very, very good start from Tyrese Campbell, looking very, very lively.
It's currently Gillespie over it with a possible left footer. Also there is Berry, and my money would be on Berry, but who knows. We've got Doherty just to the left edge of the wall. Referee's had to do 2 lines there to keep him away, and we wait to see. It's about 2 yards outside the penalty area, and it's Berry who steps up, strikes it straight through the wall, and saved to the right hand side by Blackman and turned away for a corner.
He's done well, the keeper, saw it late. It's come through the wall, almost underneath it if you like, but it didn't have a great deal of pace on it, which has allowed Blackman to get low down to his right and make the save. But it's a good save because he saw it very, very late.
It'll be Berry again, this time with the corner in front of the scoreboard. 6-yard box packed as he sends it in, and it's a deep one again. This time Gillespie's at the far side, and it comes off the back of Hull. Should be another Charlton corner, and it is.
Yeah, we're looking for this deep one at the moment, aren't we? Where we get a runner spin out to the back, and then all his job is at that point is not to try and attempt a goal, score a goal. It's to head it back into a danger zone where we've got 3 or 4 players arriving for that second ball.
Gillespie this time on the opposite side to swing this in. Referee just wants a word. It's pretty much. I wouldn't mind. I don't know if you can gamble on this sort of thing, but because I don't do it. But I wonder how many times a corner is about to be taken when the referee stops it. Over cross football, it must be pretty much in the sort of 75 to 80% mark, I would have thought. Gillespie will try again from the Charlton right, swings it in. Again, it's a deep one. This time, though, Blackman comes out of his 6-yard box to claim it.
Yeah. And we say this almost every time a keeper comes and makes a claim. Have we not got someone just blocking him? It's not the worst ball in the world to be attacked from Gillespie, but someone has to shield the keeper, at least make him climb over a player to make the claim.
8.5 minutes gone here at the Valley, still goalless, but Charlton have started brightly if you are just joining us. As Blackman gets the kick away, Jones comes to meet it, heads it forward. Ojo does likewise, and it's a flick on there, looking for the run of Lloyd. Well covered by Mitchell, sends it away. There'll be a Shrewsbury throw. They look for that header forward and flick on by Castledine or Marquis.
Yeah. Lloyd looks like the one, though, that's going to extend our back forward. That's twice he's made moves in behind. It looks like he's got a little bit of pace. 4
goals this season, Lloyd. Quite a few of them recently, in fact. As Charlton clear away from the throw, and Ojo, under a little bit of pressure from Leeburn, just hits it wildly up into the Curbishley stand. It'll be a Charlton throw now. Quickly taken back to Gillespie into the centre, and Lloyd Jones. Coventry takes it off him in the centre of the pitch. Out to the left-hand side, and Gillespie once more. Campbell coming short for it. Little touch to Edwards, and then goes for the return, but that way was blocked, so Gillespie comes back inside, and it's Jones again. Lovely ball forward to Doherty when he couldn't take it under control, but it'll run loose to Berry. Berry with, oh, hello. The referee took, there was a tussle in there between Ojo and Doherty, and the referee took an age to give that decision, but he's given it to Shrewsbury. They'll have a free kick, maybe 6 yards inside their own box, inside their own half, sorry. A curious one, that.
Oh, yeah, I thought he was going to give a free kick for it, and when he didn't, I thought that was quite generous, but yeah, it was delayed.
Charlton with a line 10 or 15 yards outside our penalty area as Benning takes the free kick towards the edge of that area. Good header away by Jones, but it's headed back in by Gilead. This time it's Jones again with the header clear, and Edwards will pick it up for Charlton, trying to send Campbell on his way, but it's covered off. Doherty will pick it up, and then looked like it might have been fouled, but nothing given. It's a throw into Shrewsbury, and Doherty probably saying, well, you gave the last one, why didn't you give that one? Maybe because, one, I think it might have been over the line anyway. before the challenge even came in. In second, I'm not sure there was enough in that. So it will be a Shrewsbury throw. Do you say Shrewsbury or Shrewsbury?
I say Shrew, but
okay.
I don't listen. Potato, and all that.
No, I'll promise not to call him a potato if I can do my best. And Shrewsbury
Artistic licence.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I cover all my mistakes with that.
Shrewsbury do have the throw. It goes down the line, headed away by Charlton for another throw. This time 10 yards away from the corner flag. This might be a long throw. Since he's winding up for it, looks like it might be Hull. Just goes short, and then the ball back to him by Gilead, who'd made the run. It's completely off the mark, and Charlton will now have a throw in pretty much the same direction, same distance away from the corner flag.
Yeah, they haven't really got going, have they? They've tried to extend us a couple of times in behind the back line, but in terms of build-up play, they just haven't found a footing yet in this game, Shrewsbury. And Charlton have started particularly well.
Well, Gareth Ainsworth have settled them down since he came in. It was a great start, and then a sort of indifferent next 2 or 3 games, but they're lost to Orient, but beat Wrexham last time out, so they carry a threat. Gillespie's having to deal with this as Wrexham send it forward after the throw. Up towards Campbell, he can't get there, but Doherty will touch it into Berry. Little instant touch to Coventry, and he tried to find Mitchell, but it was cut out. And Lloyd has to go all the way back to Ojo, because the way forward was blocked and his momentum was carrying him that direction. And Shrewsbury are mucking about with it at the back since. And Feeney just about gets it back to Blackman, who clears it away up towards Marquis. Jones with the foot in, and Gilead with a header, but Doherty will get there and head it forward. Again, Feeney away. Mitchell this time. A bit of head tennis going on in the 2 halves. Lloyd the last one to do so. And, ball up towards Doherty, who must have been barged in the back by Ojo. And yes, he was. Charlton have a free kick just inside our own half on the right-hand side. Yeah,
I didn't think he was going to give that. And he does delay a little bit on his decision-making, the referee.
Likes to ponder.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say, as Charlton work it across to the left-hand side, and Edwards comes in. Gillespie in support, as Shrewsbury trying to pin Charlton in our own half. Lloyd Jones will clear it forward up towards Leeburn, and he's just peeled away from his man Leeburn. He gets a touch past Ciala, but it was a little too heavy, and it allowed Blackman to come out of his 6-yard box to claim it, but that was a nice peel away, and just the chest control's a little too strong.
Yeah, it's tough. You're backpedaling, you've taken a good first touch on the chest, but you're off balance, and you could see what he tried to do, Miles, there. He didn't have the support to really feed anybody, so he had to go forward, and he was off balance and missed control. But I like the movement, and the ball through wasn't, it's half a yard too far, that's all.
Blackman clears it away, but he goes straight out of play for a Charlton throw on the right-hand side. Mitchell will probably be sent back here at some point, because it's taken about 15 yards out of that. No, send it down the line. Leeburn can't get there. Benning does. And it drops to Ojo. Jinks past Coventry, ball up to Marquis, and then Lloyd must have been coming back from an offside position. Yes, he was. There might be some confusion as this commentary goes forward, because of course we've got George Lloyd playing up top for Shrewsbury, and he's been marked by our very own Lloyd Jones. So when I say Lloyd, it'll be the Shrewsbury man rather than our vice captain, and it is our vice captain, Lloyd Jones, on the ball. Out to the left-hand side, and Gillespie. Nothing immediately ahead of him, but he jinks inside and then finds Campbell. He's a little bit isolated, but tackle coming in there on the right-hand side by Hull. Give Charlton a throw-in. Yeah,
I try and get a message out. Tyrese Campbell's taking out some great positions coming deep, and Josh Feeney, the 6 for Shrewsbury, is following him. Can we get a midfielder in behind that gap? Wherever Tyrese drags Feeney to, can we get someone from deep midfield running in behind that gap? There's a huge hole between the centre half and the right wing back when he gets dragged out.
Charlton trying to play it through the Shrewsbury midfield, but Marcus comes back and regains possession for the visitors, and they guide it back to Blackman once more, who sends it down the Charlton left-hand side this time. Edwards has a good header up towards Campbell, who again does well to shield the ball and hold it up, and then invites the challenge from Gilead. Gets the foul as well. It's about 15 yards inside the Shrewsbury half now on the left-hand side.
I like this Tyrese Campbell. And he's start like this every game.
He's back on the ball again. Little short pass by Berry. Back inside to Gillespie. He's got Connor Coventry in support. Has to go back out to Gillespie, who's now under pressure. So Gillespie and Coventry just swapping passes, and now inside to Jones. Jones sees the run of Small, but he might have run too soon, and I think he knew that himself, so he gave up on it and allowed the ball through to Blackman. It was a nice idea, but he just ran a little ahead of time, Thierry Small. as we pass the quarter-of-hour mark. Still goalless here at the Valley. As Blackman, from his hands, will knock it long forward down the middle. Lloyd Jones comes out of his position, heads it clear up towards Leeburn, who holds it up initially well, and he's tussling there with Nsiala and gets a foot in, but he can't guide it to Campbell. But Doherty and Edwards there combining in the challenge to try and feed Campbell again, but he just, again, not quite there. Gillespie with the challenge, and Doherty tracking the ball all the way. Does well for Charlton to make sure he gets possession of the ball. And Charlton have possession back once more, this time on the right-hand side with Mitchell. Inside to Jones. Will carry it forward. Gillespie to his left. Looking for short all runners, and he's blocked away by Lloyd. And Lloyd will get the ball first as well. Drags it back inside, but it's to no one. And quite who he was trying to pick out there, I'm not sure. But it was Doherty who was the first to react. And Charlton had possession back. It could have been a tricky moment there from the block from Jones, as Charlton again trying to play their way out of a high press, this time by Castledine. It's still on the edge, around the edge of our penalty area. Now it's with Mitchell on the Coventry on the right. Mitchell's further right for him if he wants him. Instead goes back inside to Berry, who's quite deep on this occasion. Again, Therese Campbell coming very short.
Yeah, they're not looking to press our back line. They're looking to press the first ball into midfield. It's just whether we can bypass the melee of bodies in the centre of the pitch. But that's forcing you along, and it doesn't look like Charlton want to go long at this moment in time.
Well, he managed to work it through to Therese Campbell, who got pounced on immediately by Gilead, but Charlton still had possession on the left-hand side with Edwards. Edwards with Therese Campbell making a run down the left-hand side. Has he got enough speed to catch up with this ball before it goes out of play? No, he doesn't. Just in front of the scoreboard, it runs away from him for a goal kick.
Yeah, shame, because it's good movement again, and he's done that a couple of times today. He's dropping short, he's dropping short, he's dropping short, and then every third or fourth go he spins in behind, and I really like it when they mix up their games like that, whether it's Leeburn, whether it's Campbell.
I've just seen Nathan Jones having a word with Thierry Small, and the indication is that I think they want him to do the same, to come short and then turn, because he went on a run immediately on the right-hand side, and almost there was a huge gap there, and I think Nathan Jones doesn't want that gap to exist. It will be a goal kick to Shrewsbury Town, with 18.5 minutes gone here at a goalless Valley currently. Ball down the Shrewsbury left-hand side, headed infield, but Mitchell the first to react, and he's fouled as he does so. Referee, he might take a while on some decisions, but he blows it very quickly there without really looking to see if Leeburn was going to get on the end of that header. Charlton take the free kick. It's a short one to Jones. To the left-hand side of him is Gillespie. Moves forward and then tries to send Campbell on his way, controls it, and then foot in from Feeney, puts it out for a Charlton throw. It's almost halfway inside the Shrewsbury half, in front of the Kirbishley stand. Doherty receives it from Edwards. Little ball inside to Campbell. Campbell trying to turn his man, trying to find Doherty after that, doesn't quite make it, and then Shrewsbury tussling in that midfield, regain possession. Out on the right-hand side is Hull, sends it down the line, and it's beaten Gillespie. There's Marquis in that right-hand corner, looking to take on Jones, trying to get the ball back across, and he does so, but Coventry's on hand. Oh, and Gillespie misses it completely, but then slightly fortuitously gets to the next ball, being pressured by Marquis. Somehow get it out, but Feeney's the first to react for Shrewsbury. And a curious ball by Gilead sends Nsiala all the way back towards his keeper.
Yeah,
Shrewsbury at times are pressuring us and look like they have us in trouble, and then don't seem to want to take advantage of it.
No, they've not looked great as yet as an attacking side. They're struggling to link up, but I'm going to have to highlight both forward players on their heels. It's really important you concentrate for those little rebounds like that. They're unexpected, that we are on the front foot, we're moving and keeping possession, because if the front two get hold of that ball, you know, we can build from that, but as it goes, we haven't managed to get out of our half because they were on their heels.
I think you've explained that far more politely than Nathan Jones has just done on the sidelines.
Yeah, because it's like, as a manager, it's important you get hold of that, and they were so far on their heels. You know, it wasn't a great reaction from the defence either, but they still got there first.
Throw comes in, and it's this time Gilead, but he can't control his ball forward, and cleared away by Jones. It's up towards Leeburn, who goes it back to Coventry. Coventry sending the ball down the line, looking for Small, but it's just spotted by Morgan Feeney, who puts it out of play for a Charlton throw.
Yeah, I think what Gareth Ainsworth has concentrated on since he's come in the building is making them resilient behind the ball. And that's why we're not seeing a great deal in terms of Shrewsbury as an attacking side. And a lot of managers do that. They go in and they make teams more resilient as they get in, and they build from there.
Both ball thrown down the line, cleared forward, and Jones heads it away, but Mitchell miscontrols it, and Shrewsbury attack down the right hand, down through the centre, and the run on the right hand side by Marquis wasn't found, and Edwards does well to track back and touch it into Maynard Brewer. Doherty will clear it forward up towards Campbell. Can he get a foot there? No, he can't, and Ciala beats him to it. Sent forward. Lloyd beaten by Jones. It'll be Doherty will bring it forward for Charlton. He's got Coventry to his right with space to move into. Connor Coventry. Small on his outside. Thierry Small. Ball in field to Leeburn. Again, just beaten to it by Feeney. And Shrewsbury have it back. Marquis inside the Charlton half. Has to go backwards and inside to Gilead. Hall rather goes round the outside of Edwards, but Edwards blocks him off and then tripped up by the legs of Hall. I'm not sure he was entirely deliberate, but he certainly caught Edwards. It'll be a Charlton free kick, and as they take that, I'll hand you over to Greg Stubley to commentate for the rest of this first half.
Yeah, just a couple of errors in there. One from Alex Mitchell, just got to tide it up. You don't want to give the opposition anything to feed off in terms of mistakes defensively. But excellent reaction twice from Josh Edwards there on that 1v1 to draw the free kick, and on the cover when Marquis looked like he was through, he's covered his centre half superbly well to tidy that up, that last attack from Shrewsbury up.
Yeah, thank you, Tel. Thank you, Brownie. After 22 and a half minutes here, 0-0 was still the scoreline at the Valley, and Charlton plenty of possession, not a lot of chances within it. Still the Addicts will have possession. The ball forward has been blocked out, and Charlton will have the throw. Jones inside to Coventry, who turns and has Campbell coming short for the ball. Out to the left-hand side is Gillespie. Edwards makes a good run down the line, and again the ball's just overhit. It's happened a few times where Charlton have got behind the Shrewsbury defence, but that final pass has just been lacking.
Yes, I mean the back line was on the edge of the 18-yard box, so to try and feed that in behind that and stop it before the keeper is very, very difficult to do, and Blackman was in a good position as a goalkeeper to just get there and pick that one up. But yeah, I mean we have sort of tailed off in terms of we were creating and looked really dangerous in the first 15. That sort of dissipated a little bit.
It's Leeburn holds up the ball well, has been fouled by Ciala, so Charlton will have the free kick, which they take quickly as Doherty finds Coventry, bringing the ball forward, looking for the forward run of Small. Challenge comes in for Benning, but the ball deflects back to Coventry. To his left is Macaulay Gillespie out of defence. Further left is Edwards, who has Coventry inside. Lloyd Jones in the centre circle, looking for movement ahead of him, and Charlton's forwards are a bit static there as it comes to Mitchell. Ball over the top looking for Small was an ambitious one.
Yeah, same principle. You're trying to lift the ball in behind a back line that's on the edge of the 18-yard box. I mean, Lionel Messi would struggle to check that one up and keep that in play. It's a very, very tough ball that you're trying to get over a back line and stop it within 16 yards of the goal line. So it's a tough ball to try and play, but it's in that moment that's all that they feel that they've got on. We've just got to be a bit brighter in terms of our movement and our passing in that mid to final third.
And Shrewsbury will have the throw down the line, and Lloyd Jones wins the header. Ball comes down to Coventry under pressure from Castledine. We'll go back to Maynard Brewer. Not the easiest for the Charlton goalkeeper to deal with, but he volleys it clear up towards Campbell. Ball down to Coventry. He's been tripped. And Charlton with the free kick, which is taken quickly. Out to the right is Mitchell. Further right to Small. Small steps inside Benning. Terry Small on a run. Campbell's central. Campbell has Edwards to his left, and Edwards look inside to Tyrese Campbell again. Shrewsbury do well to get bodies back as Edwards immediately inside to Doherty. Pokes it forward towards Campbell. Campbell held up by Hall, back inside to Edwards. Looks to the left-footed cross, but Ciala will head that away up towards Marquis, who just drops to the floor. I think that's a slightly generous free kick. There was pressure from Mitchell, but Marquis using his experience to fall to the floor, and Shrewsbury have the free kick.
Yeah. he knew he had the line, didn't he? So that when you've got the line between the ball and the defender, you're just looking for a bit of contact, and you're absolutely right. That's an experienced player using all of his years to gain a free kick when he's under pressure.
Blackman with the goal, or with the free kick, should I say, forward towards Lloyd, who does well to win the header, but Jones clears it away. Nziala forward towards the Charlton defence again, but this time it's Gillespie on the ball. Out to left to Campbell. 1-on-1 against Feeney. Will cut inside. Feeney finds Berry. Out to the right, Small. Opportunity to take on Benning. Cuts inside Thierry Small. Left-footed cross. Takes the deflection off Berry, and then Nziala with the header behind for a Charlton corner.
Yeah, they're doubling up on Small, and that's why we haven't seen too much action down this right-hand side. But we know when he gets the ball, he's got that power and pace off the mark to just get that half a yard to deliver. That was a much more cultured delivery. You know, like you've heard me say many times, just slow yourself down on the shot and the delivery. That was much better from Small.
Berry to take the corner. Coventry goes for a potential short option, but Castledome gets back to deal with that, so Berry will swing it in towards the near post, and Ojo with the header away. Coventry first to it for Charlton, back out to the right-hand side, to left-hand side to Berry. Reverse ball will find Campbell. Campbell looks to go on the outside of Gilead and crosses in, and ball in is cleared away brilliantly by Feeney on the line. As Charlton have it with Coventry again. Right-footed cross is a lofted one. Blackman comes to collect and does gather. And Charlton go close. Tyrese Campbell has had a good start to this match.
Yeah.
Causing Gilead all sorts of problems. A wicked cross that I think got a touch on route and took the defending of Morgan Feeney to clear it away.
Again, that's a very good opportunity. That's super wing play from Campbell. When he's on it, he has the ability to ghost past people like they're not there. He's just done it then. The delivery into the box was very, very good. Just needed someone to match it with a really good run or be in the right place at the right time, and we couldn't get that person in place.
Yeah, just beyond Berry. We made a late run, but couldn't quite get anything on it, so Feeney cleared it away. As Charlton have possession, and Ashley Maynard-Brewer rolled it out to Lloyd Jones. Forward to Campbell, who might have been able to turn, but play safe instead, as Jones tempted with a long diagonal towards Small. Instead goes to his left to Gillespie, and back inside to Lloyd Jones, who's seen plenty of the ball so far, the Charlton vice-captain.
Yeah. They're not pressing any defender particularly, if I'm honest. It's the ball into midfield, and not even pressing that one great, but they're just not allowing us to turn.
Doherty takes a heavy touch backwards, and Lloyd tries to progress and blocked off by Gillespie. No free kick according to the referee, so Charlton will have possession again with Doherty. Across to Coventry. Now Mitchell inside to Jones. To his left is Coventry. Forward to Campbell. Coventry out to the left to Gillespie again. He's got space to venture forward here. Inside to Doherty. Nice turn to find Berry. Opens up a bit of space. Berry to Lieben. Good feet. Comes to Thierry Small in the box. Small cuts inside. He's got space for an opportunity, and Small couldn't hit the target. And Shrewsbury backed off and allowed Small onto his left foot, who couldn't find the target. That was a good chance.
Yeah, an excellent build-up play as well. I thought the way we manoeuvred the ball from left to right between central midfielders as well. Doherty finding Berry, Berry finding Lieben. Lovely little bit of skill. I think it was meant for himself. I think he was desperate to try and get the shot away, but that one of the touches just got away from him and allowed Small to come into play. And as he touches it on that left foot, you're thinking, just hit the target. Curl it towards that right-hand post, Blackman's right-hand post. And again, just a little bit too anxious, and up and over it goes. Should have hit the target, really, but good play from Charlton.
Mitchell to take the throw inside their own half as the goal kick goes out of play. And Jones halfway inside the Addicks half. To the left-hand side is Gillespie. Inside to Lloyd Jones as we've played 30 minutes. Still Charlton 0, Shrewsbury Town 0. Ball's inside to Lieben. It's heavily congested in there, and Coventry initially had his ball cut out. Mitchell goes long looking for Berry, but the ball's over the top and Blackman will gather. But Charlton have gone short a number of times, but seem to be lacking the kind of runners in behind.
Yeah, I will say this: since we did that in the early moments, first 5-10 minutes, they have dropped ever so deep as a back line. They're making it almost impossible for us to do that, and I think that's where we struggle. We struggle when that option's gone, and we have to be creative through midfield. And I think Gareth Ainsworth will be happy with his back line dropping like that and letting Charlton have everything in front. He'd rather his defence dealt with that than balls in behind.
Lieberman wins the flick on from Mitchell's throw, but Enciala will go back to Blackman. It's ball forward. Jones gets something to it. Coventry surrounded by Shrewsbury bodies in that midfield. Castledine looks for Benning, but cut out by Small, and a great ball inside to Gillespie, who's got space. Not a lot of movement ahead of him. Gillespie will look for the diagonal towards Lieberman instead. Lieberman heads it back, but heads too much on it, looking for Berry. And Shrewsbury have it. It's Castledine out to the right-hand side as Hall looks long forward towards the Chelsea loanee, who can only hit it inside, and there's Jones out towards Coventry, keeps the ball in play. And back to Gillespie, who's taking his time with Marquis interested, but back to Maynard Brewer, and Charlton will start again as we still have plenty of possession, the Addicts. Jones brings the ball forward to Campbell, back to Gillespie. Inside is Lloyd Jones again. To Mitchell. Mitchell couldn't go down the line because Small was coming back from an offside position, so turns to find Jones instead. And now Coventry out to the left to Gillespie, who will bring this ball forward if he wants to. Instead we'll use Edwards on the left-hand side. Edwards with a wicked cross, which could have been awkward for Blackman, who handled it well and catches the ball as Lieberman was lurking.
Yeah. Nice crisp pass from Gillespie into Edwards, and Edwards has done everything you'd expect him to do. Good control, looking forward, looks up, delivers into the box, and I don't think we've reacted well enough. I mean, that's come 40 yards, you know, and Edwards has shown previously that he wants to deliver early. We should be really making runs off the back of that opportunity.
Marquis claims of handballs as he's under pressure from Mitchell. He's done well to find Small. That's an awkward ball inside, and Marquis pounces on that. Doherty with a good challenge, and now Mitchell will clear forward towards Lieberman. Chest the ball down, comes to Doherty. First time out to the right to Small. He's got two for company. Ball inside to Doherty. Looks for the lift it forward towards Small, but instead has been cut out by Morgan Feeney. Doherty does well to get back and nip at the heels of the Shrewsbury midfield, and Charlton will have the ball again with Lloyd Jones out to the right to Coventry. Coventry brings the ball forward. Lieberman goes short for it, but doesn't get it under control. Shrewsbury back to Blackman, who clears away. And Charlton will have the throw.
Yeah, just moments ago, not that one there, but just moments ago, we had the ball in this right back position, and Campbell made a run on a diagonal into the right-hand channel, and actually, if he'd have gone on the diagonal away into the left hand, there was acres and acres and acres of space in behind Josh Feeney. It would have been tough to coordinate that, but you know, just got to be aware of where you can penetrate in behind at times.
Campbell shows good strength to turn. Out to the right-hand side is Small, halfway inside the Shrewsbury half. Thierry Small, two for company, and he beats both of them. Brilliant feet from Small in the penalty area. Small looking to go across goal, and it's been blocked, but Charlton will have the corner, and a brilliant bit of skill from Thierry Small. He says, 2 against me, no problem.
Yeah, an exquisite bit of skill, actually. I don't think there's any question in his power, his pace, his attacking prowess. It's just that end product. Well, let's be honest with you, if he had an end product, he just wouldn't be here. But that's something he's got to work on, something he can improve on. He's got many years in front of him. His attitude's good, but power and pace in abundance.
People do forget his age. He's 20 years old. He's had a stop-start to his career, but certainly not here as Gillespie swings in the corner, and again it's comfortable for Blackman.
It does get a little bit tiresome. Just block him
Are we
off.
going to hear a Brownie growl again today? That's what I want to hear.
No, and he quite rightly got what he deserved, didn't he? It was worth a growl.
It was worth a growl.
It was worth
more than a growl on Tuesday night.
Yeah, because that's just not on.
It's ball forward to Marquis, flicks it to Lloyd, and Marquis will get it back on the left-hand side. Mitchell, good pressure again from the Charlton centre half. He can't keep it in play. He was off balance Just tried to poke it away, instead concedes the corner, and first for Shrewsbury this afternoon.
Yeah, and these are the moments, funny enough, that might cause you a little bit of concern because they have not even entered our penalty area as an attacking side today. You know, Brewers had the hardest thing he's had to do is the back pass earlier on in the game. And you've seen games unfold like this. 35 minutes in, we've been by and large on top the whole game. First opportunity for Shrewsbury.
Pinned inside the 6-yard box as the ball swung in, and Maynard Brewer does well with his punch. Benning back towards the penalty area and the 6-yard box, and Maynard Brewer tried to collect it and hits the post, and the ball goes out of play. I think there's an offside flag anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered, but the ball would have gone out for a corner.
But that is a typical Gareth Ainsworth set piece, isn't it? Right under the crossbar, 6 players round the goalkeeper.
Edwards with the ball forward to Campbell. It's a lovely change of pace, and there's going to be a booking here for Ojo, who clatters into Tyrese Campbell. One of the noticeable things there was the amount of Charlton players who ran over to the referee. And one thing I watched on Tuesday night, the second challenge on George Thomason after he'd just been booked. Not a single Charlton player in the vicinity of the referee. We saw about 10 there.
They must have had a discussion on that, because Jones has got round the referee when he got pulled earlier on in the penalty area. I think it's right. You have a right to put the referee under a little bit of pressure. Just don't
overdo it.
Yeah, don't cross the line. But just it might not, you know.
Just ask the question.
Yeah, and it makes him look a little bit harder at the incidents next time.
Well, it was a yellow card given to Ojo, first of the afternoon. And the Alex take the free kick and have possession with Connor Coventry. Inside to Doherty, back to Jones. Edwards has been a lot more further forward as this half has progressed. Makes a run off the ball, but instead it goes right to Mitchell. Small gets a touch as it comes to Berry. Holds up the ball, but the ball is beyond Small. And Shrewsbury will have the throw. Just in front of Gareth Ainsworth, who pre-match was actually in the press area having a chat with Joe Jacobson, who's here doing the equivalent of us for Wickham. He was in there for a good 20 minutes or so, I'd say.
Wow, they would have been together a while, wouldn't they? It's a very good servant to Wickham Wanderers was Jacobson. Their friendship will go back a long way.
As Mitchell with the throw forward towards Lee Burns, headed away. Country gets something to the ball. Feeney up towards Marquis. Good challenge from Jones to win the ball back, and Doherty tries to find it fire it into Jones, but it was a crowded area, and Doherty again good on the recovery as Mitchell back to Maynard Brewer, clears it forward up towards the halfway line. Ball over the top of Gilead, and comes towards Campbell, and Berry on the turn, looks towards Small. A good challenge coming in from Benning on the wrong side of Thierry Small. As Morgan Feeney with the ball up towards Lloyd. Heads it down into the path of Marquis, and out to the left is Benning. Lloyd makes a run down the line, tracked by Charlton's Lloyd and Jones, and too much pressure from the centre half on George Lloyd. And Shrewsbury have the free kick.
Should have held his ground. I quite like Lloyd. He's industrious, he's busy, he's willing to work hard across our back three, and he's got a little surprise jump. You know, he's going to catch people out aerially. But I don't think Lloyd Jones needed to go in for that tackle. He was facing the sideline. He's only 3 or 4 yards in. Now we've given him a chance of a set-piece delivery into our box, which they thrive off. You know, Gareth Ainsworth's sides in the past have thrived off set pieces.
Well, Ojo's just receiving some treatment from the physio. It wasn't Ojo who was fouled, it was Lloyd, so maybe something that happened in the build-up to that attack for Shrewsbury, but Ojo is receiving treatment, and the visitors will have the free kick. Tyrese Campbell just receiving instruction as well from the Charlton dugout. Either Benning, the left foot of Benning, or Alex Gilead to take. Ojo is still down receiving treatment. Ojo scored the winner here last season for Port Vale. A 3-2 victory. Gilead will leave this for Benning to take. Joe just off the pitch for the time being as Charlton with everyone inside the penalty area, bar Tyrese Campbell, who's in the wall. As Benning swings it in with his left foot and doesn't beat Connor Coventry at the near post, who clears it away. Ball will have to go back to Blackman, who's under pressure from Berry. Blackman takes a touch and looks towards Lloyd. Castledine wins the header, but it's no one in particular is there for Shrewsbury, so it's a comfortable ball for Gillespie, and Charlton will start again through their centre halves as Lloyd Jones on the edge of the penalty area has space to bring this forward. Not a lot of movement again from the Charlton strikers as just denied Charlton the opportunity to go long, so Lloyd Jones instead finds Berry. Stands on the balls, he's being dragged back by Castledine, which gives Charlton a free kick, which is taken quickly as Coventry out to the left-hand side is Gillespie. 41 minutes played, still 0-0. What's been a bit of a frustrating half so far for the Addicts. Jones threads the ball through to Doherty. It's a good one. Doherty looking to turn out to the left to Campbell. Campbell faced by two Shrewsbury players. Forward to Doherty. Good touch from Doherty. Creates a yard of space. Just cuts to the left. And now Edwards, first time cross, looking for Lieburn. Headed away. Only as far as Campbell. Forward towards Doherty again. And an important touch from Feeney at the back. But Edwards, it's a good lofty cross towards the far post. Small trying to get it on the end of it. Instead gets a touch to it. Out play it goes for a Shrewsbury throw.
Yeah, it's going to take little moments like that, like Doherty just popping up in between the midfield line and the back line, trying to create something. Yes, I mean, clear for everyone to see the game plan from Shrewsbury. You know, they're very rigid in their shape behind the ball. Back five across the 18-yard box. Three in front of that and the two drop deep as well. So it's going to be hard to break down when we have, you know, patient build-up, but we've got to find a way.
Throw comes in and Small heads it away. Down, awkward for Gillespie, heads forward, and Coventry gets a touch as Edwards out to the left-hand side, gives Campbell something to compete with Feeney, and Campbell looked like he was going to get the better of Feeney, but the ball bounces, and it's Josh Feeney on this occasion who clears it away as Lieburn's headed to the left to Campbell's out of play, and certainly this half, Charlton would probably like to see a little bit more from Miles Lieburn up top. You know, he's capable of it. These are the sort of games he can really dominate, as we've seen in the past, but he's struggled to get the better of Vinciala so far.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that he's, you know, better all round really, can hold up play better. He can create a little bit more, can be a little bit stronger, but he's one of those players that in a moment can turn in a blink of an eye nothing into a goal.
Header forward from Shrewsbury's caught out the Charlton defence as Lloyd down the line to Marquis, whose cross has been blocked by Coventry, but Shrewsbury have a corner here.
Yeah, and this is their opportunities. It certainly is in these first 45 minutes. When you look at this game and how it's panned out, you know, we've dominated possession. We've probably dominated where we've had that possession as well. But there have been just fleeting glimpses of Shrewsbury getting a couple of corners and some wide free kicks. And as you see, they will pack out the 6-yard box. They will put our goalkeeper under enormous pressure. And this is all about the delivery and causing a bit of chaos underneath the crossbar.
It's Benning to take towards the near post. Lieburn wins the header, goes straight back towards Benning and goes out of play for another corner. Shrewsbury complaining about a bit too much pressure from the Charlton defence, or too much handling. As Benning prepares to take the corner again. Swings it into that 6-yard box, and two Shrewsbury Town players go down and wave their arms at the referee. Nothing given as the ball's headed out of play. Shrewsbury have the throw halfway inside the Charlton half, should I say, on the right-hand side.
Yeah, it's just leaving those deliveries 2-3 yards short of where they are intended to drop, and that's allowed Miles Lieburn to clear twice. I think it's a very, very important aspect from a Shrewsbury point of view. They look like they're going to try and nick this one on a set piece or something like that.
1 minute of added time at the end of this first half as the throw comes in and Edwards clears forward. He was fouled in the process, so Charlton will have the free kick. And yeah, if you want to summarise, if you're into your stats and whatnot, a combined total of 0.16 XG, and that's for Charlton. Shrewsbury have got 0. So
it's hard to do that, to get 0-0-0 for a 46-minute half, but they've managed it by the looks of it, because after this goal kick we'll be almost done.
Yeah, and I think the 0.16 is probably Thierry Small's effort and Luke Berry's, which were two decent chances. Well, certainly Thierry Small's was. It's just under 13,000 here at the Valley. Miles Liebman flicks it forward to Tyrese Campbell. Liebman was caught by Nsiala in the process, so Charlton should get time for a late free kick at the end of this first half. It's probably out of shooting range, but certainly an opportunity for probably likes of Luke Berry to whip one in. This referee just wants a word with Nsiala. That challenge, I think he's just saying no more. As Berry prepares to take. If I was Charlton, I'd probably be tempted to send everyone forward, because if Shrewsbury head this away, then it's just the referee will just blow his whistle anyway. As Berry prepares to take, only one man in the Shrewsbury wall. Berry lofts the ball in towards the back post, and that should be Jamal Blackman's, and it is. And that concludes the first half here at the Valley. Charlton 0, Shrewsbury Town 0, and a match that hasn't had a lot of chances in it so far. Charlton have had by far the most possession in that half. They haven't caused the visitors too many problems. The best chances of the game falling to a Luke Berry free kick, which was palmed away by Blackman in the Shrewsbury Town goal. Thierry Small probably had the best chance of the game when he cut inside on his left foot, but couldn't hit the target. And Tyrese Campbell has also caused Shrewsbury Town some issues, but without causing Blackman too many problems at the end of that first half. Your summary, Steve Brown.
Exactly what you
Have I done all the work?
Yeah, you've just done it for me, mate, so that's lovely. No, I think if I want to add something to that, it will be we're probably looking at the substitutes bench, aren't we, to shake things up a little bit. I'm sure this 11 will get another opportunity to try and unlock Shrewsbury, but if we hit the 65, 70 minute mark, you could see the same trio in Anderson, Godden and Anike enter the field just for something different, because you do get into patterns during a half of football, and sometimes you can't shake it. You don't really know what's happening to you out on the field. It's a completely different feel when you're in the middle of it to us sitting here. Yeah, but you may be having to look if the game takes on the same pattern at the old Anderson, Godden, Anike triple substitution to shake things up.
Well, we have got something to liven you up at home, to get you excited for a home game here against Huddersfield Town. We're going to have some special visitors over from Scandinavia. Let's take a look at who they are.
A bit of pressure here from Johansson. It comes to Jensen, who's tried to chip the keeper. Has done so. And found the net. And astonishingly, Charlton are 3-1 in front. Stewart. And the man in goal, Jonathan Johansson. This looks promising for Charlton. Still. Goal! Martin Pringle. Charlton in front. Oh, Bartlett. Spencer, can he keep it down? He can. He finds the corner. Tries cut from across. And Charlton leads Newcastle 1-0. Ending up with Jensen. It's all alone here, close. Jensen. Oh, he doesn't need anybody. And it's 2-2. Oh, it's Pringle. Justice is done. Foul over it. Jensen at it. Charlton level. Stewart has fed through for Johansson, who scored for Charlton. There's only two of them in the half at the moment. Well, from the keeper, and he can't keep it out either. And it's two. Another nice ball hits Jensen, and it's coming back off him, and it's in. Chance goal. Johansson has got it. It's 4-4.
Junior Addict supporters there.
Well, welcome back to Valley here at half-time. It's Charlton 0, Shrewsbury Town 0. Just before myself and Brownie went off, we had a bit of a giggle after.
We had a very good giggle. That was funny.
No cakes or cookies required for that, but there was we played you a video of some special visitors coming over from Scandinavia, and we're delighted to say that it is Klaus Jensen, Jonathan Johansson, Matthias Svensson and Martin Pringle coming over for the Huddersfield game. Great work, Mr. Brown.
Well,
Agent Brown.
and I'd like to add the Herminator, I don't know what his nickname was, but something like that, but Herman Ariderson is added to that group.
Wow,
Yes.
exclusive.
Well, yeah, I did tell Waller to put the graphic up with Herman in it, but he's just had a couple of days off and he's taking it easy.
I think they'll probably try and save it for a special announcement that you've just given.
Oh, well, no. But then the first person you need to clue in is me, because you know what I'm like.
I didn't know. I didn't arrange it.
But yeah, but listen,
yeah,
no, look, it's a wonderful, a wonderful occasion for the Huddersfield game. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing all the guys again. Haven't seen any of them since I departed this football club. Very, very fond memories. I didn't play in the same team as Herman, so I will shake hands with him. But the rest I will catch up with on Friday night. I think we're having a little get-together on Friday night, and then they're going to obviously go and do the same as Barts and Fishy over the weekend, and we'll try and get them back to the training ground, do a little video there, because the training ground has changed enormously since we were all there. And it is really good to go and see how it's expanded, see how they've improved the facilities, and no doubt they'll get a great reception here. So yeah, it's a wonderful little thing that we'll try and do, you know, a couple of times a season, and we've got, hopefully from the player manager event, we'll have a little bit of funding to be able to do that. There's quite a few little pairings and quadruples you'd like to bring over in time. But for this one, the Scandinavians will come, and you know one thing, you're going to see a few smiles, because that group is a very, very good group.
And wonderful players as well. I mean, Klaus Jensen. You were saying that you've not seen him since you departed. I don't know if Charlton fans. I remember Jonathan Johansson coming here a few years ago and was introduced on the pitch, but the other three definitely. I can't recall seeing that. Maybe Matthias Svensson might have come for a game, but Klaus Jensen, I think, has been over in Denmark managing, hasn't he? So
he's bought a club, I think, or bought into a club, and he's director of football of a club in the lower pyramid. So, you know, Klaus is one of the nicest people you'd wish to meet, if I'm honest. Well, there isn't a bad egg amongst them. They're four really, like I said, I don't know Herman particularly well. I know of Herman, but the other four I can categorically tell you are just wonderful human beings.
Well, I can't wait for that. It'd be great to see them, and yeah, well done. Keep up the good work. And I imagine you've been involved in flight. Oh no, you don't do any of that, do you? Just
I absolutely do all that.
Well, you do the flights.
I do everything. Yeah, Lucy. I just send all the information. Lucy does the final piece and books it. Well, I'm not allowed. Not allowed the card, am I? Can you imagine that? It'd be chaos if I got the club card. we wouldn't be up here. We'd have heated seats, everything up here.
Steady on.
We'd even have a box that allows all three of us to talk at the same time if I had the card. And some highlights. That'd be cracking.
Well,
told you it was a good half time.
Some things money can't buy, eh? well, Shrewsbury are back out for this second half. Charlton are just taking their time. And funny, one of the things we did speak off air, Brownie, was, if we're honest, we expected that sort of first 45 minutes when Charlton were going to dominate possession. And I said to someone pre-match, I said, if Charlton score early, I think it'll be fairly comfortable. If they don't, it could be a grind, and it will be a grind.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're alone in thinking along those lines. I think we all felt that Shrewsbury would come and defend their box well. You know, you think about Wickham and how Gareth Ainsworth built up over numerous years the ethos at Wickham, and it was based on not conceding goals, and then over time they added quality to make them a bit more of a threat going forward, and you do get the sense that that's what we're seeing here. There's a reset to not concede goals. Cottrell was here previously. He did the same thing. They were very hard to break down under Steve Cottrell. And you can just see it first half. You get the back five across the width of the 18-yard box, no wider. They're not allowing themselves to be separated. There's a midfield three that's very rigorous in front of that, and the front two are dropping beyond the bottom of the semicircle. So it's very, very condensed and difficult to break down. And it's when you need the Klaus Jensens of this world, funny enough, in those little pockets of space, who can pick up the ball, turn on a sixpence and feed a forward-running player. And we just need to be a little bit cuter, I think. But it's extremely difficult to break down. But I do agree with you. If we do find a way to break it down, it will open up.
Well, we are about to get underway for the second half. Shrewsbury will have the kick-off, shooting towards the Jimmy C stand. Joined by myself, Greg Stubley, Steve Brown to my right, and Terry Smith will take over lead commentary duties a little bit later as we are back underway for this second half. Long ball forward is headed away by Lloyd Jones. No changes at half-time for either side. This ball deflects down to Hall and looks for 1-2 perhaps with Gilead, which is spotted by Edwards, and ball down the line gives Leeburn something to chase as Feeney back to Blackman, who clears it forward up in the air. Gillespie with a head up towards Tyrese Campbell. Does well to control the ball under pressure from Enciala, and goes back to Mitchell. Out to the right to Coventry in space. Coventry take this ball forward. There's a lot of movement ahead of him, so he cuts back, and a late challenge comes in from Castledine on.
No movement
Coventry
in front, actually, Greg, if I'm honest. He's looking up and he's begging for someone to make a little run, make his mind up for him so he can deliver beyond that Shrewsbury backline. And it was just high enough, maybe, to get something in behind, but there was nothing across the front line sharp enough or even close to being good enough for Coventry to try to pass.
He certainly caught Coventry late. As the free kick's taken, diagonal almost found Edwards, but is headed away as Marquis forward towards Lloyd. It's a wayward touch, and free kick's been given for the foul on Marquis. It'll be interesting to see if it does stay 0-0, how long Nathan Jones will look before he goes to his bench. We saw the impact that Godden and Ike and obviously Anderson, who got the winner, got Kane Ramsey on there today. What a boost it is to have him back in the squad, and can offer a bit more of an attacking threat from a defensive position as well, actually, which is something to consider.
He might, I mean, I think I might be talking out of turn here, but I think moving forward he might go along the back three at some point as well, breaking out from a back three, which is something, you know, we don't do well enough.
With the ball forward, the initial free kick was headed away, and Charlton do well to defend it. And a combination of headers have released Tyrese Campbell on the left-hand side. Hall comes back and makes the challenge, and well, actually, I don't think he actually made any challenge, which the referee and assistant didn't see, and Charlton have been given the throw as Leeburn gives it back to Edwards. Edwards on the outside of Hall. Edwards' low cross is blocked by Morgan Feeney, and Charlton will have the corner, and Gareth Ainsworth understandably is furious with the fourth official and assistant referee.
Yeah, that's a big error. That's a big error. It's a Wickham throwing, and if anything comes from this, you'll imagine this will be a big talking point after the game.
Charlton have got 2 players short outside the penalty area, and they've got Coventry, Small and Edwards all back. So there's actually only 4 Charlton players in the box for this corner, which is swung in by Berry towards the far post. Leeburn with the header, and it's palmed away by Blackman. Charlton with the corner.
Yeah, I was just looking at the replay, see if it hit the post, but I think that's a good claw from Blackman low down to his left. But Miles Leeburn done very well there to nip in front of his marker, who lost him. Didn't know where he was.
Charlton take the corner short. Doherty, right-footed cross, beats Marquis. Berry gets something to it. Mitchell heads it back inside. Coventry first to the ball, and legally, according to the referee, and Shrewsbury have the free kick. But that corner that led to that Leeburn chance was interesting, because you had a number of Charlton bodies outside of it. Outside of the penalty area, there was only 4 in there, but caught Shrewsbury out.
Yeah, well, Wickham were 2 up front, so that meant we had to go 3 around the halfway line, but 2 out short is unusual. But it did. And what it does is it leaves less bodies to defend inside that 6-yard box. But I like the way Miles just nipped in front of his marker there to get the header away.
Shrewsbury with the goal kick, which is touched by Lloyd, and Castledine with the ball forward, cut out by Gillespie, has time and finds Coventry out to the right to Thierry Small. Small an opportunity to try and stretch his legs, and inside towards Leeburn, who can't control it and loses possession. Ball back to Blackman, who clears it forward. Marquis beats Mitchell to the ball. Gillespie the wrong side of Lloyd and drags him down in the end, and Shrewsbury will have the free kick.
Yeah, I'm glad he did something there, Alex Mitchell. If he'd just given that back to Wickham, we were completely... Shrewsbury, and we were completely stretched. So I'm glad he actually fell down over that and allowed us to get into a defensive structure.
It's easy to call Shrewsbury Wycombe given Gareth Ainsworth's long tenure at Wycombe. I think I might have done it in the first half when he's talking about Joe Jacobson, which made it even more confusing. Gilead with the free kick, which is lofted in towards the far post, and Constantine gets something to it but can't keep the ball in play. Charlton will have the goal kick.
Yeah, I think we're either going to have to gift them a goal or it's going to be a set piece for Shrewsbury. It is all about us. We've had a couple of games down at the Valley this year where we've been dominating and we've had the majority of possession, and one of the games we found a way, which was Leyton Orient, and one of the games we didn't, which was Stockport. We came back and got on level terms and dominated but couldn't find a way. And that's why I think it's like you said, Greg, when we get to I wonder what minute it is, because it is tough decisions for a manager on the sidelines when to pull the trigger.
Ball forward from Shrewsbury, well cut out by Mitchell, and Edwards advances forward and he's got space to do so, Josh Edwards. Doherty makes a run. Edwards uses Tyrese Campbell to the left instead. Campbell, one-on-one against Hall, goes on the outside of Luca Hall. Cuts back Campbell, almost loses his footing. Hall does well to get back and make the challenge, but has to concede the throw. And Edwards will prepare a long one here, you imagine. It's interesting in the first half, positioning of Jamal Blackman, who came out of his 6-yard box and started position from these long throws.
Yeah,
See if he does again.
I'd still like to see somebody go and stand in front of him. Just go and stand. There you go. Go on, Jonesy. Good lad.
Edwards prepares to take towards the near post. Enciala rises, is a good header away, but we'll go back to Edwards, who keeps the ball in play. Tempted to cross, instead goes down the line instead. Edwards with the cross, but he's run out of room, and Shrewsbury will have the goal kick.
Yeah, he just looks to the sky on his jog back to the halfway line because he knows he got the half a yard and he just couldn't wrap his foot round it. We had the box loaded. But we've got to stay bright. That's the one thing we've got to do. We can't let the tempo drop. We can't stop making the runs. I still think Tyrese Campbell on this left-hand side, when he picks it up, has got the beat in 1v1 of both the players. If it's not Feeney, Josh Feeney, the 6, Luca Hall wearing the 2, I think he's got the beat in of both, but we can't seem to get him in the game enough 1v1 at the moment down this left-hand side.
Lloyd Jones with a header forward, but controlled by Morgan Feeney. Challenge comes in from Bury and then Coventry. Edwards with a header forward. Campbell will give chase. Challenge comes in from Josh Feeney. There's Gilead with the ball down the line. Gillespie should deal with this and does. Catches it on the volley. Ball forward. Bury competing with Ojo. Ball down. Gilead competing with Coventry. Does well to go down the line looking for Marquis. Good pressure from Gillespie, and Doherty forward towards Bury. It's all a bit scrappy at the moment. Shrewsbury come away with the ball. Ojo with an awkward ball inside to Morgan Feeney. Just about finds Gilead.
It was a wrong ball from Doherty. He should have looked in over the right side of centre half Feeney for Campbell rather than into feet to Bury.
It's good football from Shrewsbury to find Lloyd on the left-hand side. Lloyd 2 for company, and Mitchell, and then falls to the floor a little bit too easily for the referee's liking. Jones up towards Leeburn. It's an awkward ball inside which will reach Coventry, and he works it to the left-hand side to Edwards. First time down the line gives Tyrese Campbell something to chase, and Campbell's got the pace to get on the end of this. And Campbell looked to take on Josh Feeney, cuts inside Campbell. Challenge comes in from Feeney, just about gets enough on the ball, but Leeburn trying to step in. Enciala was caught napping, but Shrewsbury get lucky with the
just wonder if,
in the end.
Yeah, I just wonder if Leeburn, was there enough contact there for Miles Leeburn to just drop to the ground and take a free kick? But I like the honesty that he stayed on his feet, but Marquis would have 100% taken the opportunity to win a free kick for Shrewsbury had it been the other end of the pitch.
So fair enough to the referee. That was a fair challenge on Tyrese Campbell. It was a good one.
Yeah, he got the ball first, didn't he?
A mistimed one in the first half as the ball forward. Leeburn looking interested, but Morgan Feeney with a header back to his goalkeeper. Blackman will gather. Takes his time, pushes his players up the pitch. Clears forward towards Marquis. Challenge comes in from Gillespie. Hall has time to control, looks immediately down the line towards Lloyd, who puts enough pressure on Lloyd Jones to concede the throw, and he's certainly been a bit of a nuisance up top, George Lloyd.
He's a hard worker. And it's a hard job for him because Michael's dropped short and he's not got the pace to really trouble that back line. So he drops short and tries to draw free kicks in or hold the ball up. And Lloyd has to work the entire back line, and he is industrious. He's a hard worker.
They lost Tom Bloxham in January to Shrewsbury to Blackpool. They're lacking a little bit of firepower, so Lloyd's come in his place, and he's done well here today so far. As the throw-in comes in, headed away by Gillespie. Touchdown by Tyrese Campbell, who has 2 for company. Goes back to Edwards, forward towards Berry, who doesn't get his control right, and Ojo wins the ball back. Good challenge from Edwards. Retains possession for Charlton as Campbell inside to Leeburn, who turns. Leeburn looks forward, not a lot of options. Touches to Doherty, pokes it to Berry, finds Leeburn. Berry again, this is good from Charlton. Berry out towards Doherty. Doherty gets it caught under his feet a little bit, does well to work it out to the right-hand side to Thierry Small. Shrewsbury with plenty of bodies back, but Small in the penalty area, looks for the cross, claims of handball. It probably would have been harsh if it did it, and...
No, that's the covered end. You expect him to do that as a home side. Cross into the body of 2 defenders. It's always going to get a shout from the covered end.
Coventry brings the ball forward. 55 minutes played, still 0-0. Coventry to Gillespie. Back to Jones. Jones finds Coventry. Plenty of time here, Connor Coventry, but no movement ahead of him. Back to Jones. Same applies to him. Jones forward towards Campbell. Does well to turn. Josh Feeney. He's got Edwards on the left-hand side. Campbell feeds Edwards, who's onside. Edwards with the cross, takes a deflection. Doherty is there, he hits Luke Berry, who couldn't jump out the way with the goal gaping. And the goalkeeper's gone down off the ball. But that's the best chance of the game by far. And in the end, it's a block from Luke Berry.
Yeah, again, very good from Tyrese Campbell initially to outmuscle his opponent. He's waited for the left wing back Edwards to join him and overlap, and the pass was perfectly timed for Edwards to then push it into a really dangerous area. Obviously the keeper's taken a hit, but as that ball drops to Doherty, he does everything right. He gets the shot away on target. We're going to go 1-0 up. And you can't really criticise Luke Berry for getting in the way, because he's gone into an area to get the initial touch to score us the opening goal, and on this occasion, sadly, he's done a wonderful bit of defending for Shrewsbury.
Yeah, we'll see the replay now as Campbell down the line to Edwards. Keeper got a touch to it, comes out to Doherty, and actually Berry was trying to move in the first place. If he stayed where he was, it wouldn't have hit him, but as you say, Brownie, nothing he could do about that. He's trying to get out of the way. It might not even have been going in, to be fair. I don't think
that was going in. I mean, this is the thing, we don't get too many replays, but that one clearly showed that Doherty had dragged that with his right foot, probably going past Blackman's right-hand post, but he's got a substitution.
Castledine is the first to make way of this afternoon. On comes Jordan Shipley, a good left foot. He's played left wing back, centre mid throughout his career. Left wing, he's quite versatile. So a bit of a slight change here for Shrewsbury, maybe in formation, but certainly.
Well, he's jogging around. He hasn't settled to where he's going to go, but he's, on first look, a lot stronger in terms of physical presence. Good height, 6'1" maybe, so there's another presence from set pieces.
Well, talking about set pieces, he'll be the one taking them. He's got a wonderful left foot. Certainly a player that has the technique, as Blackman's still receiving treatment. This has been about 3 minutes since that Charlton opportunity.
Right. I think it's tough for players like Castledine, who's come on loan, and he's been asked to do a job that's predominantly defensively, and he's not that kind of a player. But he'll have his moments, I'm sure.
And Blackman is back to his feet. After receiving treatment, and Nathan Jones is just talking to the fourth official, trying to identify whether Charlton will get the ball back. That took at least 3.5 minutes, I'd say, so remember that at the end. No, Mr. Smith to my left. If you want to talk about a Steve Brown growl, Terry Smith roar could come into place with the referee, and Shrewsbury going to have the ball back. It should be a drop ball in my opinion, but it'll be Shrewsbury. Knock it long straight away. Ball down the line. Gillespie heads it out of play, and Shrewsbury will have the throw.
Yeah, just to say Shipley has gone into that area where Castledine was previously occupying, so it's off the strikers.
Feeney with the throw down the line. That should go straight out of play. Marquis will try not to give up the chase, but can't force it to stay in play. Charlton will have the goal kick. Ashley Maynard-Burrell will take quickly. Lloyd Jones can step forward with the ball. Leeburn further forward. Edwards makes a good run and a header down to Miles Leeburn on the left-hand side. Leeburn with Campbell behind him. It took a little bit too long, and NCR made the challenge.
Bit laboured, wasn't it? That needed to be sharp, and back to Campbell.
And here is Tyrese Campbell's. The throw-in's taken quickly. Campbell, the left-hand side, goes past Hall. Just slight touch on the back of Tyrese Campbell. Not enough for a free kick, according to the referee.
Okay, so the decision is not enough contact, but it was a little trip, and it's whether the contact made Tyrese Campbell's legs just cross over and force the collapse, but not too much complaining.
Well, Nathan Jones feels like he's seen enough. He wants Chukwuemeka on the pitch, so Charlton will be making that change shortly. It's only one change at this moment in time that I can see, at least, as the goal kick is taken. Mitchell with a header up in the air. Leeburn trying to get something to it. Nsiala got a touch as Coventry first to the ball, head of Shipley. Out to the right to Small. Goes on the outside of Benning and has the beating of Benning. Small keeps it in play as well. Small right-footed cross has put too much on that. And Campbell tries to get on the end of it. Challenge from Hall, not enough for a free kick. The referee wants a word with Miles Leeburn, who wasn't happy at all with the challenge in the penalty area as the ball went over the top. A word with Nsiala and Leeburn, who just bundled into each other.
Charlton fans, please show your appreciation for number 11, Miles Leeburn.
Miles Leeburn will make way. Chukwuemeka is the man to be introduced.
And welcome to the Valley pitch, number 22, Chukwuemeka.
Well, we've seen it many times. He's been given a decent amount of time here to have an impact, get himself a goal.
Forward headed away by Lloyd Jones. Yep, we know what Nico can do. Don't need any introduction to any Charlton fan about him. Charlton will be looking for him to cause the Shrewsbury defence, which has stayed strong so far. A number of problems as Lloyd Jones has space. Fizzes a ball forward towards Campbell, takes a touch. Campbell asking players to come short for the ball. Turns backwards to Gillespie, inside to Coventry. Shipley immediately onto the Charlton number 6 as Jones forward. Anike the target. Anike holds up the ball brilliantly. Anike trying to work a bit of space. Anike will go for goal. It's blocked. Ball comes down to Edwards. Doherty trying to get there, couldn't do so, but Coventry out to the left-hand side is Campbell. Taking on Hall again, goes on the outside of Hall. Left-footed cross in towards Anike, takes a touch. Ball won't settle down. It comes the way of Small with the shot. The referee has given a free kick, claiming handball on Chukwuemeka. Yep. Difficult to tell from where we are. Anike's not really complaining.
No, and it was whistled up very, very quickly. He was very positive, the referee, about the decision he was making, but good to see. I mean, the positives are Chukwuemeka holding off their centre-half Feeney, which means he's got physically the upper hand. Held him off, no problem, chested the ball, went off on a little run himself, and that's Nathan Jones will be very positive about that. That's a push, surely. And then you've got Campbell again, winning that 1v1 battle on the outside and a decent delivery into the box.
Charlton want to take the free kick quickly, but the referee's not happy with the positioning. So we played 64 minutes, still 0-0. This game is there for the taking. Charlton have rarely been tested at all by Shrewsbury, who have come here trying to frustrate the Addicts, and they've certainly done that so far, but Charlton in possession as Doherty turns into a bit of a crowded area. But Shrewsbury do well to block that off with the ball forward from Josh Feeney's conceded possession as Coventry to Anike. Here's Edwards, the left-hand side. Edwards back inside looking for Anike. The ball's behind him. Shrewsbury taking chances by playing out from the back, and Benning clears forward. Mitchell gets a header to the ball, manages to stay and play on that right-hand side, and does well for Charlton to keep the ball in play and win a throw.
Yeah, he's done very well there, Mitchell, under extreme pressure from Lloyd, harassing. And I think the best he could have done there was get the ricochet for the throw, and we've maintained possession because of that.
Gillespie lofts the ball forward, Anike the target. It's headed down only as far as Doherty controls. Still with it, Greg Doherty goes on the outside of Shipley and beyond. Ojo as well, the challenge comes in and the free kick is given initially. I thought the referee, it is a free kick though.
No, he's spot on.
Right decision.
Yeah, absolutely, Greg, he's spot on. It's half a yard outside on the initial contact. Terry says cast iron 100% pen.
I've never seen Tell so exciting.
No, he pointed at the spot from up in the gantry. Referees ignored your tell.
I don't think Tell could be a referee assessor, could he?
No.
Well, Charlton have a free kick in a brilliant position, and Anike is actually the one who's just gone and grabbed the ball. You'd say it's suit more of a left footer. Gillespie is there for that potential option if Charlton decide to use him. Shrewsbury with at least 4 on the wall. There's another one to the right of it, and Shipley as well. Berry's just hovering around, trying to block views of Blackman in the goal.
I'm questioning that wall as well. That's way too close to the ball.
Anike takes, it is over the wall.
So if I'm a player there, if you know your yardage is, that was 19 yards out. You should be 3 yards deeper than the penalty spot. It's level with the penalty spot, which makes it almost impossible to get it up and over and down the other side. And I'd have a little question to the referee and ask him to mark that out again.
Well, in the end, it didn't matter too much because Anike's free kick was over the bar. And with 67 minutes played, I'll hand you over to Terry Smith to lead commentate for the rest of the second half.
Thank you, Greg. Shrewsbury send the ball forward. Mitchell clears it upfield. Berry with a touch, but he looked like he was fouled from behind as he tried it by Benning. Referee's given a free kick. It's just inside the Charlton half, and Shrewsbury are scrapping for everything, even off the ball, as Lloyd Jones sends it forward up towards Edwards. Gets a little flick on. It won't be enough for Chukwuemeka to grab and get hold of it, so it'll be a Shrewsbury throw just in front of the tunnel area.
But we really are ganging up down this left-hand side. What's happening is Edwards is going up and taking Hall, the right wing-back, with him. Chukwuemeke's pinning Feeney, the right side of centre-half, and Campbell's then coming short to receive. But we really are trying to work this our left-hand side, Shrewsbury's right.
Jones gets his head to the ball from the throw, but it's into the centre, and Feeney got time and space to go left to Benning, sends it forward, long, up towards Lloyd, who's got the challenge in from behind by Jones, and it's given Shrewsbury a free kick, and Jones got his booked for that, which seems a little soft, but there we are. Maybe a bit of back chat.
Yeah, and these are the moments that, as we enter the last 20 plus minutes and add-ons, these are the moments, these little free kicks here. Yeah, it's another unnecessary one. I said it in the first half. Got to avoid these unnecessary free kicks. They've not offered a lot in open play, but this does offer an opportunity. And as we enter the last 22 plus add-ons, they're looking for these moments, Shrewsbury.
It's about 15 yards or so outside the left edge of the Charlton penalty area as Shrewsbury attack. Charlton with everybody lined up on the edge of the penalty area. There's 2 men in the wall as Benning sends the free kick in. It's a tricky one, which I think nobody touched. Well,
no, Mitchell.
Apparently somebody, was it Mitchell, got a touch? Yeah. Looked like it had gone through the 6-yard box. Mitchell, maybe, did he take that away from a on-rushing Shrewsbury player? Because it looked a very dangerous free kick. Maybe it was just a flick of his head. And it's away for a corner on this near side, the Shrewsbury right-hand side. Far side as you look at it, of course. Again, Benning comes over to take this corner. Swings it in towards the near post, headed away by Jones. It will be a throw-in to Shrewsbury at 20-25 yards away from the corner flag.
Yeah, good delivery from Benning. Swung him with a bit of pace across the 6-yard line. Good defending from Jones. Left his spot nice and early, read the flight. Good contact on the header.
Josh Feeney will take the throw. Looks like he's winding up for a long throw. No, longish. It's towards Marquis, who'd made the run into the right-hand corner. It's Gillespie for company. Gillespie gets a foot in, and it's come off Marquis. That's good defending, and away for the goal kick.
Yeah, he's looking for a foul. So Gillespie was patient, made sure he didn't allow Marquis to back in, and then got a little touch onto Marquis's foot, but sent it out for the goal kick.
Maynard Brewer touches it into Lloyd Jones. And Coventry forward to Campbell in a bit of space over the halfway line. He'll run out to Edwards, who cuts inside. 3 Shrewsbury players for company, so he has to go backwards. Looked like there might have been a bit of momentum in that move, but Charlton have gone backwards, and it's Jones who sends it forward towards Small, headed away by Benning. Gilead. Little flick around the corner from Marquis, and it's Shipley who guides it across to Lloyd. That's good tracking back by Berry, but he's just giving it straight to Shipley again, and then the movement in the box from Marquis. The first real shot in anger that Maynard Brewer's had to save, and he's down to his right to do it.
Yeah, he's taken 71 minutes, but that should see the shift from 0-0-0 into some positive XG, but a comfortable save for Maynard Brewer.
Berry across to Mitchell. Just stands on the ball and brings in Lloyd Jones. Coventry in the centre circle. Again, Shipley presses, so it's back to Gillespie. Jones now will send it forward. Berry peels away, can't get there. Headed, cleared away by Benning. Gillespie and wins the header up towards Aniki. Trying to get hold of the ball, but it's just cleared away to Coventry, and now Campbell. Out to the left is Edwards. Just steps inside, Hoole, and then has to go back though to Gillespie once more. It's Shrewsbury desperate to not concede. Really pressing Charlton in possession. But it's now with Doherty on the right-hand side. He's got a run going here with Shipley pursuing him. Doherty. Little flick off of Shipley's foot, and it's away for a Charlton corner.
Yeah, good drive from Doherty on the outside. A little fake to try and get half a yard to cross. Wasn't bought by Shipley, but the next best thing was a little ricochet off Shipley's boot and out for this corner. We're 1v1 on the halfway line at the moment. Never like to see that. They're sending another one up. We've just got to make sure we organise and not get down on the counter here.
Yeah, Lloyd's for Shrewsbury stayed in the centre circle, so he's got Edwards for company. Charlton take the corner short to Doherty. Doherty jinks past one, jinks past another. Can he get to the edge of the penalty area? He can. Tries to cross it. It's blocked away by Gilead. It'll be another Charlton corner. Charlton just trying to change the corner routines up. Therese Campbell now over the ball by the corner flag, but he's leaving this to Gillespie off here, and he is. But he'll stay out there. I think Charlton are consciously trying to unpack the penalty area from these set pieces. But now, actually, they're sending everybody in. It's Campbell and Berry both make their way to the edge of the 6-yard box. Gillespie will send this in. It is a packed out penalty area. Now the ball comes in, and Anike trying to get there, and the referee has blown for a foul. Only he saw that. I've no idea. Plenty of pushing and shoving. He's going to give one sooner or later, I suppose.
Yeah, Maynard Brewer had a very similar instance earlier. He didn't get a foul, but we're having a triple substitution to try and win this game.
Luke Berry will come off, and on will come Karoy Anderson, scorer of that winning goal on Tuesday night, of course, and then the captain Greg Doherty will make way, and in his place will be Matty Godden. And in the final change, we'll see Kane Ramsey make his long-awaited return from injury. And coming off in his place will be Alex Mitchell.
And welcome back, Kane Ramsey.
Kane Ramsey getting the sort of applause you'd expect, and that's a lift in itself as he settles in on the right side of the three.
Yeah, did say that. I think they've been looking for someone to break out of that back three. Ramsey will offer that.
Goal kick comes away. Anderson with his first touch back to Jones. Sends it down the line for Campbell. Holds it up well, Campbell. And then Edwards sends it forward to Matty Godden, who made the run to the left corner of the penalty area. And Godden turns inside. Gives it back to Edwards. Campbell in support. Campbell trying to feed it through to Edwards, but it was a tough pass to execute. And he didn't quite pull it off. And Shrewsbury clear it forward. Jones underneath this will head it towards Gillespie. Gives it back to his captain now, Lloyd Jones. Under pressure from Marquis, finds Gillespie again. And Charlton now clear it forward with Jones. Up towards Godden, he can't get there. It's Feeney who heads it away. A good header from Anderson, trying to find an Ike. Will it run kindly for Charlton? No. Before it can find Small, Benning clears it away. It's a good touch from Gillespie, but will be picked up by Marquis, who feels the pressure from Gillespie, who just got too close, and he goes down for a free kick.
That's what I suggested earlier. Eburn might have tried that on the edge of the box earlier. It would have been outside, but it would have won a free kick. But Marquis looks for that a lot. I think it's a little naive that we've allowed that free kick to occur.
Shrewsbury are going to make another change, but it won't be before this free kick, I suspect. Taylor Perry preparing to come on as we have Gilead and Benning over this free kick. Charlton again with everybody back behind the ball. Bar two are in the penalty area. Benning leaves it for Gilead, who swings it into the penalty area, away by Anderson. It's going to be picked up on the left edge by Nsiala. Curious back pass, but it's Ojo rescues it and then lifts it into the penalty area, and a comfortable one for Maynard Brewer.
Yeah, back line did well there, reacted to where the ball was, got it out the box. I like to see that. Anytime you've got a chance to push that back line up to condense space and push the forwards away from your penalty area, you should do so.
Gillespie out to Kane Ramsey. First chance for him to run with the ball. Out to Small. Small being held up momentarily inside to Coventry in the centre circle. Coventry forward to Campbell. Gets it back. Out to Anderson. Back inside to Jones. Looks to chip the ball forward for Iniki. He's trying to hold the ball up, and he's holding his head from the challenge, but referee plays on, and he won't now because it's a head injury. And Chukwuemeka still on the floor, holding his head, the back of his head. Referee leaning over him, just explaining why he didn't get a free kick, I suppose.
Yeah. One thing I will say about Chucks is he doesn't tend to go down. He likes to show people how strong he is. Oh, yeah, that's an arm, actually. An arm right across the back of his head.
Coming off the pitch is Funso Ojo.
Funso Ojo will make way for Taylor Perry. And, not sure what's happening here. Ojo's been made to walk off the pitch on the opposite side rather than walk across the pitch. And Chukwuemeka still trying to ask the ref why he didn't give him a free kick. And now what will the referee do? Charlton had possession, so Charlton should have it back here. But then I thought that the last time it didn't happen. It will be the ball dropped to the feet of Therese Campbell. It's on this left-hand side. The referee telling Shrewsbury players to move away, which they haven't done, actually. But it's going to drop it to the feet of Therese Campbell anyway. He's immediately got two players around him. He goes backwards to Gillespie. Campbell once more. Little ball inside, looking for Edwards, and it might be a Shrewsbury throw as the Gilead clearance comes off of Edwards. Halfway inside the Charlton half on the Shrewsbury right-hand side. We've had 78.5 minutes, still goalless here at the Valley. Can Charlton get that opportunity to break the deadlock? As Feeney prepares to take this throw down the line. Jones, the first to react, gets a header forward, looking for Godden, but it's going to be picked up by Perry. Out to his left is Feeney, sends it forward. Benning, the furthest one forward. Header from Small up in the air. Benning gets another header to it. Ramsey heads it clear. Anderson with a further header, but it'll drop Perry's way, but he gives it straight to Small, who sends it forward, looking for an EK. Oh, it's a handball. Oh. Just before the handball, the referee felt there was a push in the back of Nsiala by Anike. Shrewsbury will have a free kick when most of the Charlton crowd were expecting one to go the opposite direction. 10 yards inside the Shrewsbury half. Benning will send it forward. Nsiala has gone forward for this free kick. It's sent in his direction. Lloyd Jones gets his head to it. Anderson, little touch back to Aniko, just clears it away, but it goes straight to Benning on the halfway line. It will send it back to the Charlton penalty area. Comfortable header away by Gillespie. Campbell with a lovely touch, but he can't find Aniko with the second one. Tries to go down the line. It's blocked away by Gilead. Charlton will have a throw.
Yeah, just can't become frustrated. One or two players just coming a little bit frustrated, and you've got to stay calm.
Ball worked inside to Jones. Anderson comes short for it. Anderson out to the right-hand side, and Ramsey now gives it back to Anderson, who's got Coventry in the central position. Little touch to Jones, who looks forward. Anderson, the shortest route ahead of him. Out to his right-hand side is Ramsey, hugging a touchline. Back inside to Anderson, across the pitch to Gillespie. Instantly inside to Jones, who now looks to try and feed Godden. Little flick from Godden, but he can't find Aniki with it. It'll run through to the keeper, Blackman.
You've got to take a gamble on that. If any centre forward's going up for a header, you've got to take a risk, because it doesn't matter who is alongside the player going up for the ball, but someone's got to take a gamble that they're going to win it. And we just weren't sharp enough in taking that gamble.
Blackman's goal kick straight down the middle, and that will sail all the way through to Maynard Brewer, who's looking for a quick option out. And Lloyd Jones provides that up to Coventry. Coventry will turn, gives it back to Jones. Jones now in sends it forward, this time looking for Aniki. He'll come short for it, and climbed all over by Nsiala. But Coventry picks it up for Charlton. Out to the right-hand side is Ramsey. Just miscontrolled it for a second there, but he's found Aniko with the ball through. Oh, and he just went beyond him. Aniko was hoping it'd run into his path, and it just went beyond him. It's allowed Shrewsbury to clear it forward. Jones with chest control into Coventry's path. Out to the right-hand side is Ramsey. Our ball forward is telegraphed a little bit and cleared away by Feeney. Nobody there in a white shirt, so Charlton will have it back, and it's with Gillespie. Central position. Again goes looking for Aniki. He's beaten to it. Anderson can't get there as well, and Perry just gets ahead of him. Anderson pulls him back. There'll be a Shrewsbury free kick, and Anderson's going to get a booking for that.
Yeah, and unlike the other night where it was a real positive when we made the changes and we suddenly became very dangerous, it's just gone a little bit sticky. We aren't holding the ball up particularly well. Challenges aren't falling our way. Midfield suddenly looks not disjointed, but we've got Anderson deep, Godden dropping in off the two strikers. It just hasn't. We haven't settled into the changes yet.
Well, Nsiala's currently down, and Shrewsbury are going to make a change. I don't know if it's because of the injury to Nsiala, but it looks like Nurse is going to come on. And when you've got a player down, you need a Nurse. Yeah, I'll leave that's too easy. Sorry. Cheap joke. Won't do it again.
Better no joke.
Substitution for Shrewsbury.
You don't know.
No, it is actually Nsiala. He stayed down, so they must deem it significantly bad enough for him to go off. And George Nurse will come on. So they're making Nsiala walk behind the back of the goal to go off.
Well, he's gone toe-to-toe with Chucks and Nike physically since he's entered the pit, into the field of play, and it's cost him a little bit.
So they'll have to shuffle it around a little bit at the back, Shrewsbury, for this. But in the meantime, they have a free kick 5 yards inside their own half on the left-hand side. Benning will send it forward. Towards the penalty spot. Lloyd Jones heads it away. And picked up by Gilead. Tries to head it past Coventry. It's Hoole, in fact, and Coventry got a heavy touch, and it's out of play. Did really well to stop it going away for a corner, mind. It was Hoole who was pressuring him. He took a touch off of Coventry, but he managed to get enough on it, or wrap a foot round it to stop it going out for a corner. It will be a throw by the corner flag. Coming across to take this throw, so you suspect Nurse might have a long throw in his armoury. Throw comes in into the 6-yard box. Gillespie with the header away. It'll go back towards Nurse. Campbell will get a touch. Can he? Oh, he does really well to keep it away from Nurse. It looks like he's being pulled, and he is, and Charlton will have a free kick. Maynard Brewer just touches it into the path of Gillespie as the Alex looked at maybe inject some urgency here. Lloyd Jones brings it forward. Up towards Anike it goes. Anike with the header down to Matty Godden. Godden, little touch out to Campbell. Campbell looking for options. Inside of him is Coventry. Coventry swings it across to Ramsey, who's got space to run into, but the ball didn't run kindly for him, but he's got it now. Out to Small. Small looking to take on Benning. Kane Ramsey goes on the overlap. Small cuts inside, still Thierry Small. Across the box to Edwards. Edwards on the left-hand side now. Goes past Hall, ball into the box. Oh, and he's got underneath it, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick. I don't know if it took a bobble just as he went to strike that, or maybe he just ran over the ball as he struck it, and it's away for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's a shame on both fronts, actually, that Small couldn't deliver from that right-hand side when he cut inside on the left, because we had the box loaded with threats. It's a shame that Edwards got the beating of his man down his left-hand side, and again, that's a couple of times he's just tried to cross and technically got it wrong, and it's gone out for the goal kick.
Just over 4 minutes left of normal time as Blackman sends the ball forward. Jones underneath this, heads it up towards Anike. Little touch looking for Campbell, just went over his head. Campbell, though, retrieves the ball for Charlton. Back to Edwards, forward to Anike. Triangle of passes to Coventry, and then there's a foot coming in there from Lloyd for Shrewsbury, puts it out of play for a Charlton throw. Quickly Gillespie infield to Coventry. Anderson to his right, brings it forward though. Gillespie to his left. Now Gillespie get it across into the centre circle where Lloyd Jones will send it forward up towards Anike. But Godden was the first to react. He was hoping Anike had made the run, but not sure the header would have found him anyway. It's cleared away by Shrewsbury. Gillespie dropping ball back to Jones, who's got Maynard Brewer on hand as a safety valve. Uses him and then gets the ball back. Lloyd Jones as Shrewsbury retreat.
Yeah, I don't know why our midfield's dropping short at this point. I think if we're 3.5 minutes plus add-ons and we're going to go long to the front boys, midfield needs to get up there and get the knockdowns.
Anike wins the ball from the ball forward. Anderson will pick it up for Charlton inside to Coventry. Looking right and left, there's nothing right immediately, so it goes outside to Coventry. Coventry to Campbell. Up to Edwards and a touch back to Gillespie. In the Shrewsbury half, across midfield, it goes to Coventry. Ball forward to Anike on his foul as he tried to turn away from Nurse, and Charlton will have a free kick halfway inside the Shrewsbury half, just right of centre. Coventry preparing to send this ball into the Shrewsbury box with everybody lined up on the edge of it, bar Edwards, who's just going back into the centre circle to cover off any breakaway. Coventry. Tricky angle, this is neither all the way out or in. So he now delivers it, and it's Ramsey with the header. Just couldn't get over the top of it enough, and it sails over the bar into the covered end.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been a tremendous header from the corner of the left-hand 6-yard box to get that across, but the delivery was with pace, the run was with purpose. But it's come so fast, I don't think he could adjust in time to get that where he wanted it to go, direct it where he wanted it to go. But it's a good run from Ramsey.
Blackman prepares to take this goal kick away. Everybody's moved across to the Charlton left-hand side, so I don't think you need to be the brains of Britain to know where this is going. And it is in that direction. Actually, he's got the slight angle wrong, and it's Anderson who heads it up to Godden. Godden tried to find Small, but it's lifted a little short, allowed Benning to intercept. Coventry can't get there, and Marquis guides the ball back to Feeney. His ball forward, straight to Lloyd Jones. Little touch to Gillespie. Good instant ball to the right-hand side, and Ramsey. Small. So sent the ball out to Small, sent him backwards a little bit, so the momentum stalled a bit for Charlton. Anderson will pick it up in the Charlton half, back to Jones.
As Ramsey's breaking out, Small's got to be much higher. The deeper he comes, he brings another player with him.
Well, he's got the ball now. Thierry Small, he's having a run at Benning. Cuts inside, still Small. Ramsey's on the outside, inside of him is Anderson. Anderson touches inside to Coventry. He's got Gillespie further left. Campbell out to the left-hand side. Oh, should have found him, and he didn't. Come back inside of Coventry. Thinks the ball forward to Godden, who may be offside here. He's headed clear before he can get there. Now Campbell, well, he's trying to find by Gillespie. It's been picked off. And Hall can't progress, and the ball goes out of play. Charlton will have a throw. crowd now getting a little anxious, urging Charlton forward as Coventry sends Godden into the channel, headed away by Feeney to Hall. Hall's ball out, or looking for Lloyd, goes straight out of play again. It'll be another Charlton throw. The referee wants the ball back a further 10 yards or so. Throw goes back to Jones. He's got Anderson close by for company in the centre circle. Almost no Shrewsbury players in the Charlton half. Now there are none as Lloyd Jones brings it forward from the centre circle position. 6 minutes of added time here as Jones picks out Godden, trying to control it. Godden, lovely turn into Anike, gets it back. Godden, he's got Campbell on the left hand side. Therese Campbell into the area, back to Godden. Can he get his shot away? He gets his shot away. Oh, header away, about to Small on the left hand side. Thierry Small lifts the ball back across, cleared away by Gilead. That ball was heading goalwards as Charlton win possession back with Ramsey. Out to his left is Small, looking to take on Benning. On the outside, does so. Ball into the box. Oh, just flicked over Anike's head. Be retrieved by Edwards. Campbell inside. Inside of him is Coventry. Back out to Edwards. Edwards sweeps it into the box. Anike battling. Headed away from him by Nurse. Anderson trying to get there, and then not sure who was adjudged to have fouled. It was either Jones or Anderson. Not entirely sure which one. But Shrewsbury have a free kick just outside their box.
Yeah, Shipley's going to hurt himself rolling like that at pace. But it was deemed that Anderson was too physical. And a free kick awarded to Shrewsbury. But look, moments we've had a lot of play in this Shrewsbury half. Have we had enough moments in terms of quality moments to unlock? And the answer is no. We should have created more than we have to date, based on the possession and where we've had that possession. But give them a bit of credit. They're fighting for their lives.
Jones with a header from the goal kick. He was trying to get it forward. He went just underneath it a little bit, and so it came off the side of his head and it's away for a Shrewsbury throw. Now taken back to Nurse. Inside it comes to Shipley. Ball forward is blocked off well by Small, and he's, Ramsey rather. He's done really well to avoid the challenge, which was then illegal by Marquis. So Charlton have a free kick, quickly taken. Coventry brings it forward, looking for options. Ahead of him is Anderson. Anderson cuts back inside under pressure, gives it to Coventry once more. Goes back the other way, looking for crossfield ball, looking for Small. With Benning, Small gets his head there, but he looking for Anike, but it goes out of play for a Shrewsbury throw. 10 yards or so away from the corner flag.
Yeah, and the only thing I can offer Small there is that as Coventry turns onto that right foot looking at him, can he make the run directly in behind Benning rather than be stood goal side of him going into an aerial battle? Run in behind, you've got the power, you've got the pace, let Coventry put it in there.
Charlton throw back to Coventry. He's trying to wiggle some space in that midfield. He's found Edwards, who goes backwards, and then there's a loose ball from Gillespie, sent Lloyd scampering after the ball, but Jones gets there first. It's back with Gillespie. Gillespie, crossfield ball again, looking for Anike, who gets his head there as well, but Godden had just gone ahead of him. It's allowed Feeney to clear it forward. Lloyd Jones again, the man back there for Charlton. Headers it against Marquis, who gets to the second ball, and he's found Lloyd across to his right-hand side, and there's runners here for Shrewsbury. Into the box is Hull. Hull turns the ball back across, and it's a scuffed chance, and it needed the outstretched foot of Lloyd Jones to stop it creeping into the corner of the net. And the Charlton now skipper has saved the Addicts there.
I think he should score. I think it's going wide anyway, but the initial shot is scuffed, and Gareth Ainsworth knows, his staff know, that that's the one moment they've been praying for, and it's come and it's gone, and they've missed the opportunity.
Well, there's talk that it might have been going wide. I'm still not entirely sure.
No, that was going wide.
Was
Yeah.
I can't see the replay as well as you can.
He should do better with the shot itself.
But it's a corner, and it's swung in deep, and it's too deep really. And Marquis is annoyed with the corner taker because it was too deep for him, and he heads it wide.
Yeah.
I mean, he couldn't get anything on that. He was lucky to get any touch at all, to be fair.
Yeah. But the premise of this setup is for that one or two opportunities that they can nick one, but the clean sheet is first and foremost.
Lloyd Jones brings it forward for Charlton, sends it left. Anike with a touch inside to Campbell, tried to turn away from Perry, didn't manage it. Perry clears it away. Ramsey will retrieve it for Charlton. Sends it forward. Anike the target. Anike, can he get there? He gets a head on as well. Look at Godden. It just cleared away by Feeney before it can get there. We are in the final minute and a half of the game. Back with Lloyd Jones again. Sent forward again towards Anike. And again he gets there. Little touch looking for Anderson, who get there, but he couldn't control it. Cleared away. Again, Lloyd Jones with time and space to send this back forward. And he does so. This time Anderson the target. It's flicked up in the air. Edwards with a header in. Looking for Small. Can he get there? He does! Thierry Small has scored for Charlton in the dying moments of the game. And every single Charlton player and staff are heading in his direction in the corner of the covered end as he milks the applause. And Charlton go a goal up when we thought it wasn't happening. Thierry Small pops up and buries the goal that could win the game for Charlton.
I think that's absolutely massive in context to our season. We're all sitting here a little bit deflated as the clock's heading towards 96. We know we've done well enough and played well enough today to win this game, but we just couldn't find a way to unlock. And that makes a world of difference to every player, every member of staff, the supporters here today. When you walk down that tunnel and look at that table tonight, that goal right there leads us quite magnificently into Tuesday and a chance to close the gap even more. Big moment, fallen to a guy that we know is a bit rash at times when he takes that strike. But what a time to find the perfect strike. Thierry Small, I tip my cap. Well done, fella.
Restart. Back to Feeney, sends it forward. Anderson with a header away. That's a foot in from Godden, and he was fouled as he did so, and that's relieved any sort of pressure that Shrewsbury might have tried to put on Charlton. Marquis sprinting. Well, maybe sprinting's overselling it a bit, but he's run into the penalty area to retrieve the ball. We'll try and hurry Charlton up, and that won't happen. Charlton free kick. Ramsey over this. Levy is going to get booked as he tallies to Lau. Maynard Brewer to come out of his goal. I don't know which one actually the referee booked there, because Jones was in the vicinity,
Ramsey.
I was going to say Jones is already booked, so it has to be Ramsey, doesn't it?
Ramsey, yeah.
Maynard Brewer sends the ball forward. Campbell can't get there. Cleared away by Benning, only as far as Edwards, who heads it back towards the penalty area. Anike, lovely control and turn, gets the shot away. Ooh, just wide of the post. It is. And there's the final whistle. The Addicts. When it looked like we hadn't been able to find a way past this resolute Shrewsbury side who'd come to the Valley to make it difficult for Charlton to get behind them, get through them. A Gareth Ainsworth side that will always guarantee you that. It took something a little bit out of the ordinary to get the win up. And that man was Thierry Small, and Doherty is lifting him, trying to get him on his shoulders. Not sure he'll manage that, to be fair. It was Thierry Small who popped up with just a minute and a bit left on the clock to drill the ball home when it came to him in the box. And the outpouring of emotion when that ball went in was there for everyone to see. Every single member of the staff, bar Nathan Jones, I have to say, because he's probably frightened to get sent off if he gets out of his technical area again. But players and coaches and staff alike all went to mob Thierry Small, and they're doing so again.
Yeah, big moment. And I'll tell you what, it was lovely to hear the Valley for that last 2 or 3 minutes in full voice. It was quite quiet in here. They knew that the opportunity was there for us to win today, and we huffed and we puffed, and it didn't look like we were going to get there. But somehow we managed to create that one chance late in the game for Small, that Small has taken, and the Valley's erupted. And we need them back here Tuesday night to get behind this team, because I think there's a little bit of an opportunity. If we can just find a signing or two before the January window shuts, and we get another win on Tuesday night, there'll be an air of positivity.
Well, a game that looked like it was drifting to a stalemate was decided in the dying seconds by Thierry Small. And it's given Charlton 3 points and a huge lift. I mean, Bolton away was a lift, and we've just got another one here. And just maybe there's a belief and something happening here at the Valley that will kick us on either further. Make sure you check the club website and social media for post-match interviews, which I'm sure will be lively. And I've no idea which sort of player they might pick for the post-match. I don't know if you might guess who it might be. But let's keep a look out for that. Next up, of course, we've got Bristol Rovers here at the Valley on Tuesday. Kick-off at 7:45. We look forward to your company if you're not here at the Valley. And in the meantime, as Thierry Small takes the applause from the covered end, I'll bid you a farewell. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm sure you might now. My thanks, of course, to Steve Brown alongside me, and Greg Stubley, of course, and you for your company. So, as I said, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care. From everybody here at the Valley, have a great night.